And we're live.
Hello, guys, and welcome back. For those of you who need to be welcome back, I'm here with my good friend Daniel, and we have Dennis on the what the hell do you do back there?
On the controls?
The controls. Thank you, sir. And here we are. We are going to be rolling out our latest episode. I don't know why I'm so excited.
I'm impressed. You turned that on like a switch.
I know. I really do, by the way. So we have the Gambler Slots number 3. This is for the beginner gambler. Mm-hmm. If you came here for the Math Wizard, you need to go to a different channel. This is not going to be about the math. This is going to be about the games.
We do not care about the math.
Yeah, no one cares.
Nope.
Listen, if you're playing slots, you got to put the math in the trash.
Use the math on your 401k. When
That's
you're playing
it.
slot machines, have fun.
Yeah, that's definitely sure. And then when you punch into that ATM machine, the numbers, that's the math. The numbers. All right. Well, I'm excited because we have a lot of really fantastic announcements. First of all, before I even get to that, I must say that we have had a lot of people plug in. So if you're interested in coming down to Casino Quest, make sure to make a reservations because sometimes we have to tell people we're busy. You're unable to get on the game. We've had most of our tables, even on a Sunday, filled up until about now. And things have been evolving very nicely. Thank you so much. And, it's always something when we do these podcasts, the live audience is a bit smaller because, a lot of you, it's a Sunday afternoon or Sunday later in the evening. You got other things to do. Maybe you're trying to get to work. But it's amazing the number of people that listen afterwards. So we have a few truckers that have reached out to us. One actually is a farmer. Another one, man, I forgot your name. I just met you yesterday, but wow, it's been so fantastic hearing from you. And it gives me lots of courage and vitality, and keeps me going. So I'm so excited to be part of this with you. I'm so excited to share this with you. And yes, all right. So moving
Wonderful.
on, we have some great. We're welcoming back Danny. He's going to be here for the whole series, and we're thinking about. We want to know what you think, but we're thinking about adding him as a permanent fixture to the CEG podcast here. Oh yeah.
Permanent.
Now, Dennis, we're not so sure about, but you, sir, are in the, you know what I mean?
I think Dennis is a lock.
Wait, so does that mean I can go home?
Yeah.
Does that mean I can leave?
Get a nap. What great hair you have, dude. Holy crap. Have we mentioned that fantastic haircut again? I mean, what's going on?
When am I ever going to hear the end of this?
No.
When am I?
And by the way, if you're checking out our fantastic polos, we just got these in. These are the Peak polos. These are Port Authority, tagless, lightweight, and we go up to 5XL. You guys, well, some of you requested, and we've got small to XL. We have T-shirts coming with the same basic logo, but it's fantastic. It's our new golden bronzes sign logo. But these polos are now available on our website, shopcasinoquest.com. We're gonna have one for you too, sir.
Oh yeah, I need
Before
one
you
of
leave
those
tonight, this is gonna be one of your prizes. Thanks
Very
for
nice.
stopping by.
I won. Woohoo!
Okay. But we do have some announcements.
Uh-huh.
And we have an event coming up. If you don't already know, can you share some of these slides? I already got over. Oh, well, the first thing is we have Patreon, of course, and the important thing about Patreon now is that this event, we're gonna have a Patreon dinner on Friday, 4 p.m. locked in. So those of you who voted. We were going to do it on Thursday, but Friday at 4 is fine. It's going to be kind of an early dinner before we get to all the other shenanigans.
The drinking and carousing.
Yeah, the carousing here at Casino. Well, then it switches over to Casino Quest.
Uh-huh.
And we are still working on a final venue for the Patreon dinner, but for those of you who are Patreons, you'll be able to sign up for that. If you haven't RSVP'd, you got to go to casinoquest.biz/RSVP if you plan to be in Vegas March 31st to April 2nd, and we already have so the Downtown Grand, we have amazing rates. The rates are as 180 plus, so we're getting rooms for $45 on Thursday, $99 on the weekend.
That really is a deal. That's great. That's fantastic.
Unpaid spokesperson here, guys.
Very nice.
And only $10 resort fees, so you actually just pay for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You don't pay for the, you don't get the massages and the
No
locker
massages?
in the spa. No massages. Yeah, no one comes to massage. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
there's
a scary thing.
Parlor on every
They
corner.
have popped up all over the
Dude,
place,
they're
haven't
everywhere.
they?
Apparently, between each corner, you get a little itch, and you need to get it scratched, dude.
And it's odd. They all seem to be open late.
No,
I
they're
come
always
home
open
at
late.
4 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning, and their lights are on. They're doing business.
Yeah, they're
Everybody
business.
needs a massage at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You have no idea. You have no idea. Massage, that's big, dude. I've never understood it. I mean, literally every strip mall has a massage parlor. And they're always upstairs. And they make these poor bastards walk upstairs to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you go in there and it just smells like, antibac.
Oh, yeah.
Even before COVID, it always smelled like it was just recently refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
How much refreshing do you need? But
Well,
anyways,
quite a bit in one of those places.
they have really big water heaters. They take, apparently that lady upstairs from us takes a lot of showers, dude. 160-gallon hot water tank.
You know a lot about this.
No,
I'm
no.
impressed. Have you done a study?
Let's just say, no, their hot water tank has busted twice now. And it comes down and it pours down, and the poor lady comes down, and she's sometimes she's just in a towel, and she's explained to us, that's her shower, 160 pounds. I mean, 100. Anyways, all right. Well, I don't know anything about plumbing, so.
Well, the reason we know is because their water tank broke and then broke right through the roof of the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Flooded
So
her-
And she
yeah.
came in a towel?
Oh, yeah, she came right down. in a
That's
towel.
hilarious.
So the first time, it was one of those. You ever see these towel shorts that are like shorts, but it's like a towel they wrap around?
I'm
This is
picturing
what
a
she-
little old lady in that.
She wasn't old, and she wasn't. Let's just say she
was
deserved
working at the
moniker of
massage parlor.
No, she.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting massage. All I'm
Wow.
gonna say. Okay, moving on. So then, what else do we got? We got a new show rolling out on Wednesday. We have myself or Alex. We're gonna be going through Crapsy. Using the Crapsy.com app, and we're going to be playing out your strategies, our strategies, sharing strategies. It's going to be one strategy fest.
Hey, very nice.
And we're going to be working on that together, and then that's the Wednesday show. All right, so you got to RSVP. So we have the dinner is going to be Saturday night, 6 to 8, and Downtown Grand is paying for the dinner. We can have up to 80 people in that hall. So what's going to happen is not everybody's going to make it. We've had 200 RSVPs so far.
Mm-hmm.
So we're way beyond what we thought we'd be on. In fact, I think we have 30 Patreons so far. So we're now trying to find a restaurant big enough to support, because we're thinking we're going to have at least 40 to 50 Patreons. And now for the Patreon dinner, it's going to be as much of our gang as possible. So there'll be Jet, Dennis, myself, Alex, maybe Lauren, maybe you. I mean, as many as we can get in there, squeeze into whatever. We're shooting high, by the way. So that venue is going to be $50 a person. So once we finalize the venue, there's going to be another form for all of you Patreons. So we'll post it to our patreon.com/mycasinoquest, and you'll be able to check it out there.
Sure.
All right? And then as far as the Downtown Grand's concerned, the 80 people, we're trying to figure out if they can give us another room so we can fit because we really want to have everybody as part of this, even if we have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we're working through it. We
It
expected
sounds
about
like 80's not enough. Not even
80's
close.
not enough.
Not even
Yeah.
in the ballpark.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is.
That's
I
so
can't
amazing.
believe they're buying you guys dinner on top of all of that.
I thought we had to pay, dude. It was
Wow.
I really thought when we submitted the contract, it didn't say anything about us paying, but I assumed
Oh, of course.
that we were going to have to pay. It's one thing that they gave us the great rate, they were going to host it, the banquet hall, everything else, but I assumed that it was going to be a per person, and they're like, no, we got it.
Wow. Casinos
love-
don't give away like they used to.
They
That's-
let Dennis do. They don't want to say no to Dennis, dude. Dennis and Jet.
Strong arms them, huh?
No.
He
Dennis.
scares me. I can
no,
understand.
they call him bitch mouth for a reason, dude. Bitch mouth.
I haven't even talked to them. I don't even know.
I asked him how thin I looked in this shirt. He's like, well, it fits a bit big. You know what I mean? It's,
Don't
the way
ask
it's
a question
draped
you
on
don't
you.
want the
You know what I
answer.
mean?
Look, I can't lie.
Yeah,
Just-
he never can't even just a little bit. That's all I need is a little bit. You know,
Give
don't we
you a
need
little boost.
little boost to keep us going, but not Dennis is like, listen, okay. Let me give you the number to Jenny Craig, and we'll go from there. Okay. Little bastard. All right, so we're gonna get right to the show. I don't know if we have do we need to say hello to anybody? Do they know this is the last chance to donate to your party? I think everybody's basically given everything.
Is
that
there
they have.
anybody out
Is
there?
Is it the
I
last
think
chance?
some people have sold their children, have offered their wives, offer up.
Oh my god. Well, really quickly.
Yeah, what do
Christopher
you got?
Bird Trucking, $5.
Wow.
For Dennis to get a haircut, looking a little shaggy.
Yeah, he's got to thin that little bastard out. Oh, I think are we getting suits? Are we dressing up for this? I don't know. I might go in shorts, dude. That's the new phenomenon in Vegas, dude. You don't have to wear anything. You just come in your slippers and your joggers and just walk around with some money.
Oh, yeah. Seen that.
Yeah, no, there's no more suit. The only people in suits are the floor supervisors.
The ones
That's how
working.
You know. Working. If you're working, you're wearing a suit.
And they're
Otherwise,
even lowering that. They're not wearing ties much anymore. And
Alex came in here in joggers the other day, and he's like, yeah, I read an article. This is the new casual business.
Yeah.
Joggers, Lululemon. I mean, you know what I mean?
Can you
Get that
imagine?
ass huggers going.
Floormen in sweats and
Can you
t-shirts?
imagine joggers? That'll be the new standard.
Oh, my
They're going
God.
to come out with a casino. That's going to be a thing, dude. Come
A
on.
step too far.
Because they want you to feel comfortable. And, you know, what better to feel comfortable than you're in your pajamas, they're in their pajamas, everybody's
Oh, my
in pajamas,
goodness.
dude.
Yeah.
And then you can just go one
Not
button
so
on
much.
the bottom, you know, hang out.
Look, we're handling money. Lots
Yeah.
of money.
Well, there you go. So
People
maybe
want to feel secure that you're not fly by night, you know.
Really?
That
so
tie.
no speedos on the.
I don't
for
think.
floor
I don't think
supervisors?
so.
Not a good look.
No.
That wouldn't be a good job for me. Okay, what else you got? You got anything else? Do we have all the regulars? Do we have anyone? Is there anybody listening to this? Holy crap.
I have to read this.
Oh, you better read it. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
So someone said, "You can have my wife, but promise me you don't bring her back when you're fed up with her."
Keep her.
Poor bastard. And she's sitting right there. She's sitting right there. She's like, yeah.
Oh, you're not talking about my wife.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, I'm saying with the span. The span's
I'll
wife.
get
is
you
sitting there.
all.
Yeah. All right, what else? Good?
Good.
We're going to move on? All right, so there it is. That's all the promos. So we're going to talk about the slots, and we're going to feed into why people... So a lot of people come to Vegas. They don't see table games. They don't like table games. They don't want any part of it.
You know, table games can be a little intimidating, and
Mm-hmm.
a slot machine is a great way to enter into the gaming thing and spend time in a casino. It's lots of fun. You can do it at any moment you want.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to. It doesn't matter if they're busy or not. There's always a slot machine available. It's a good way to get started.
You don't have to break the ice with a dealer.
No, not at all.
If you see a grumpy floor supervisor there,
They're not gonna
can
give
be
you a
like-
hard time.
Yeah, no
No.
issues. If you're a local here, you can play slots quite literally anywhere.
Anywhere.
The whole idea, play on the exit though. Don't walk into the Smiths and
And
lose
start.
your food budget
Oh,
on the
yeah.
way to the.
That's
buying
gotta
bread.
happen, too.
No, it happens a lot, dude. I've done that. I've literally had to like scale down. I went there for a week's worth of groceries and walked out with some bread and bologna.
Some milk.
Yeah, some milk. I actually had a week one time. Me and a friend of mine, we had $3 and something cents. That's all we had left. We
Oh,
were
jeez.
gambling degenerates, dude. I mean, but back then you can make it work.
Oh yeah, you sure could.
you
go
can't
eat
make
a
that work
69-cent buffet and
Yeah,
you
no.
know.
It's $3 for. It's not even. I think even one loaf of bread now is more than $3.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, and the 1 gallon of gas to get there will set you back too. You'll be walking.
It's
to the
amazing
grocery
how
store.
fast those gas prices jumped up. You know,
Wow, yeah.
the thing in the Ukraine started, and within a few days, gas prices were going up. Now, let's be honest, no gas station only has a supply of gas for a couple of days. So they were still, they've changed the price where they paid nothing for the gas.
Yeah, they were working out that
Oh, yeah.
the old inventory. And I'm just gonna throw this out there. I was gonna go to Ukraine colors, but good luck to Ukraine, by the way, and God bless everyone who's over there.
I can't
I know it's
imagine.
tough. I don't even want to address it because it's a whole nother thing, and I know a lot of people have been fixated, but it's just amazing in this day and age.
It is amazing. You know what is even more amazing is that the entire world has condemned this.
Yep, no, 100%.
You hear about the Swiss?
No, well, yeah, no, they're choosing sides.
Yeah, first
Yeah.
time in 500 years
Well,
the Swiss have
I think
picked
you have
a
to
side.
choose sides eventually, man.
You do, but
on democracy,
they've avoided
moving
it for
forward.
quite a while.
No, I'm sure it's easy to play both sides, right?
yeah.
You don't pick
Yeah.
a side, but all right. But we're about positivity. Those of you who are coming to Vegas, we're gonna focus on that, and yeah. All right. So here's the thing. So today's show is literally for slot players. And what I'd like you to wrap your hand around is this is the David's and Daniel's take on sort of the slot adventure that you can have.
But
So-
really quick,
Go ahead.
Kenneth said special thanks for to David from this is New Hampshire. Kenneth, he says,
Yes.
Friday afternoon dice class, went back to LS after a class, triple X'd it and won $800.
By the way, We saw you, my friend. We went by there and we ate there. You were very busy. In fact, you were on third base right across the dealer. I got the feeling that you might not. It looked like for a minute there you were a little exasperated. I'm not sure. Maybe the dealer was giving you a hard time, but we definitely saw you. I absolutely remember. We were kind of walking out. We were scouting the place out for a possible meetup, and we didn't have a lot of time, to stop. But yeah, we're not meeting up there, sadly. I mean, outside of the tables, we ate at the cafe, and it was oofies. And when I mean oofies, it was super oofy. It was so oofies that Alex had a oofie outside.
Oh,
yeah,
no good.
It was one of those oofies. So we're gonna pass on them, and they didn't seem all that interested anyway. So I'm moving on. All right, you ready? What else we got?
One last thing.
One last thing.
Alan Toy.
Alan.
Says, Grandpa Keno mastered. Grandpa Keno mastered.
I know he's made a fortune on copper, dude.
He says dinner at Oscar's Steakhouse when I visited September, October. What is the week's Keno number?
I know, right? You got to go with the 5 spot. If you're going to go here, I'll tell you the 8 spot of the week is 1 through 5, 11, 12, and 13. That's it. 11, 12, 13. 1 to 5, 11, 12, 13, or even 1 through 5, 11, 12, and the 21. And don't ask me why I know where all the Keno numbers are on the board and how they're arranged, because that's just me playing a lot of Keno.
Years of practice.
Yeah. So Alan has made copper is at all-time high because of all of the all the issues with commodities and so forth. And I mean, Alan has collected a mint in copper coins, copper pennies, and he's literally, because I'm sure a lot of people, he has an entire storage full of copper. Yeah, it's quite something. He loves pennies. By the way, I love pennies.
Oh, yeah.
The 1909 VDB, Abraham Lincoln penny. There's been so many opportunities over time to make money off these pennies, right? Even the steel pennies. There's so much history associated with these pennies that we've had. Just pennies.
Oh, yeah.
1909 SVDB can net you thousands of dollars. I mean, or more in some cases. Some of the steels. So he could say 1944, 1945 that wasn't steel. The one that was steel, one that was copper. $20,000-$30,000, right?
Amazing.
And so now the copper is going through the roof. They've been trying to get rid of the penny for years, and Americans just do not want to go for it. We love our pennies.
But they say they're more valuable in the metal than they're worth. There's more than a penny's worth of metal in that.
It costs 2 cents.
How many rubles can you get for a penny nowadays? That's what rubles are taking a whack. What do you got?
It costs 2 cents to make a penny.
No, I believe it.
I believe it. Absolutely.
Yeah. 8 rubles to a penny, dude.
Hey, really?
Yeah, they deserve it.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't know what it is, but that currency's got whack.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
Can we not? Can we get out of this topic, please?
Listen, it's Davidisms. You know what I mean? Yeah. At some point, you got to choose a side.
Talk about Keno, please.
Back to Keno? No. Okay, back to slots. We're going over goals. All right, so we're going to wind this down. We're going to make this it's actually pretty interesting. Because as I was going through the format of the show, I realized slots encompasses a lot of different opportunities on the floor.
And when you say Keno, are there not Keno slot machines? I mean, that's what you're talking about, right?
Dude,
Very seldom is it a live person anymore.
We're going to get to that in a minute, sir.
Oh, okay.
There's the grays of the slot world, and then Keno. You know what I mean? No. So here's the thing. So like table games and some other parts of the casino, there's the goals. There's time, there's fun theme, there's group pulls, which I guess could be fun theme, and then there's literally the retirement pull. There are slot machines you can play to retire on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To get the whack the progressive. Not that you will retire, because your results may vary, and most of your results won't have much of a result at all. But there's every now and then there's some really good stories, and the casinos love promoting that.
Oh yeah, they want to talk about the slot
100%.
stories, and if you're gonna change your life, it's most likely to be on a slot machine. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, there's not a lot of table
definitely
games.
Megabucks,
100%. Some of the monopolies, things like that. But all right, so what I broke it down into is. So there's the goals. Goals of slots is you want to burn time, because I got machines for burning time. If you guys are looking to play something and you haven't had the best results of burning time, I could tell you where to burn time. I got that. As much as I love table games, you'll find me on my spare time at slot machines. I mean, when it's not me, filming and stuff like this and working the table, because we're on table games all day long.
All day. Yep.
You know, and we got the school, then I come here. I mean, even when I was a dealer, I just wanted an hour of like no tables.
Quiet.
And the problem was I didn't manage myself well. But once I learned how to manage myself well, that became sort of an outlet for me.
Sure.
I wasn't, to be honest with you, until I met Alex, I wasn't big into dinners either. Every now and then I would go out and spend some money on a nice dinner, but for the most part, I just didn't see the value in it.
Really?
100%. And then I met Alex, loves food.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say that because he
I'm
used
a
to be,
food guy.
you know, a bigger guy, or, you know, he's losing weight now. But
Oh, yeah.
Alex knows food like there's nobody's business.
He used to be bigger?
Oh, much bigger.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, he's lost like 100
We have
pounds.
something in
dude.
common.
Yeah, no, and I've heard that's the same. But he has a real. He's a foodie. He'll tell you like, you know, because we talk about. I know this is kind of jokingly, but you know, he's Korean, and he's, you know, he has affinity for spicy foods, meats, and things like that are common to the Korean diet. Me, not so much. You know, meat doesn't do me. I get, you know, you know, I can't do a lot of spice.
You're not a steak guy.
I'm not really a steak guy. I'm an old white food guy. I eat hamburgers, macaroni and cheese.
Probably well done, huh?
Well done.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, you
Yep.
had that
I've
look
never
about
seen
you.
the benefit. I don't want to slap in the ass. I don't get that joke at all. Slap in the ass, send it in.
Oh, yeah.
That's not me. I don't want it bloody. I don't want to see the arrow that's poking out of it. Nothing like this going on. But he's really, so until I met him, I really, you wouldn't see me spending a lot of money. I spent money on peanut butter sandwiches. You know what I mean? So my food budget was like $8 a week. You know, sure, that's not a great way to top ramen. And until I met Alex, and so I spent my money on slot machines. That's how I justified it. I would be like, well, I don't eat a lot. I don't spend a lot of money on food and going
Everybody's
out.
got their vice. Everybody.
That's it. And so that was my take. When I met Alex, I was like, holy crap, this $100 dinner actually is worth it. You know, 2 people, $50 a plate, especially in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
There's
You can
some
have
places
some
here that are-
incredible food, and it's all about the people you're with. The
That's it.
food and the people are just as important.
That's
you
it.
know?
That's it. As long as I leave Dennis at home, I'm having a fantastic. No, that's not true. We love Dennis.
Please leave me at home. I want to go to bed.
By the way, it's been so great. If you guys don't know, I'm not as young, and it's been so great having Dennis on this journey. And that's why I'm so excited to have his birthday coming up, because I mean it's like I'm rebirthed.
Sure. A different perspective.
I'm a rebirth in this young Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I've like been rebirthed. How does that sound, buddy? Huh? You like that one? Throw that out there. Yeah. You are my birth material. You're my placenta. Anyways, all right. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. She's like, we have an audience.
I think
here
we're
that's
far enough down that road.
That's a slippery slope, buddy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how I manage my thing, and I'm always looking to burn time. Time is a thing. As much as I like the theme stuff, I love the Lord of the Rings machine and some of those other machines. I'm always trying to burn time. Always looking for a way to. Here's my $20 or my $100. How do I make it last for an hour, 2 hours, whatever the case is?
Talk about taking your mind off whatever is going on in your life. You sit down at a machine like that, an hour goes away, and you didn't think about the kids, the wife, the job, none of that. You're just entertained.
That's it. Yeah, especially so. I mean, I guess it really depends on what you're looking for, but that's how I have it broken down: time, fun theme, group pulls, and retirement.
Sure.
If I have Kenneth will tell you I talk a lot about opportunity, right, on a crap table. So for me, opportunity on a slot machine is really just it's not worth playing unless I can have. If I'm looking for opportunity or if I'm looking for something, I want to play a machine that has a top pay where I can potentially retire.
Sure.
Or something that has a significant significant return. Because some of them the top pay is, let's say, 100,000 or 50,000, whatever the case is.
Which is nice, but that's not really going to let you quit your job or
No, sadly. Good Lord, man. I mean, nowadays too, they pay out in 20 installments, and if you get in Vegas, they have to pay you the whole thing. They have to give you that option, but it's much less, right? Years ago, they didn't have to give you that option. The most notorious one was the nickel one. I actually saw it hit at the Santa Fe when it was first Nevada Nickels. And Nevada Nickels paid $800,000, but over 20 something years, 25. In nickels, they just dropped off. And you got like 5,000 a year. I mean, it was some ridiculous amount of money over 25 years. You follow?
Wow, yeah.
So you got much less. So even though it sounded like they gave you the first check was 10,000. So the guy that hit it at the Santa Fe, he got a check for 10. By the way, he tipped $0.
Oh my God.
He hit an
worst.
$800,000 jackpot, hit $0. Sue Loudon, dude, how long have you? Sue Loudon.
I have heard that
owned
name,
owned the
actually.
Santa Fe. Her family was very politically connected,
Sure.
and she was there. You know,
Wow.
she
She
came
saw
in.
it hit, huh?
I don't know if she saw it hit. She was called and she came in.
Showed up
and
there
she
for
was
the pictures.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
part of that. I was just coming into work at the time, and the guy was sitting there. Everybody's watching, of course, and it was early morning. I worked day shift.
Sure.
And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of you guys as soon as I get paid." And
Oh
we're
yeah,
like,
the minute
well,
they say that, you
Yeah.
know that what's going to happen.
yeah, he
Everybody
gave
knows.
nothing. Yeah, nothing, zero.
People that talk about tipping don't tip.
This is true.
That's
yeah.
the truth.
You know what? The real shame of the dealers that play and don't tip.
Oh yeah.
The people
Yeah.
that are actually in the gaming business and
It's
know
funny.
that that's how they
You
live.
get them on the game, and they all try to hide their fact that they're dealers. But the truth is, a dealer can tell a dealer like in minutes.
Yeah,
You just
100%.
you know immediately.
Yeah, you know how they react to the cards, how they shuffle checks, all these things are telltale, yeah.
And they always drop the dime on them, so they know that we know
Yeah.
that they're not tipping.
The worst player, this is David, the worst player ever had in craps was Ira from some Cedars. He's famous. Those of you out there that are crap dealers from back in the day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And he was just notorious. He's the worst stroker ever on a crap table, and he was a dealer. It's a high limit dealer at Palace Court,
Wow.
Caesar's Palace.
You would think.
$50,000 buy-ins, and he would just ruin everyone's day.
But I mean, let's be honest. Most dealers tip like crazy. It
Yeah,
just gets
no.
in your blood.
Yeah.
I cannot go into a restaurant and order
Yeah.
something and not leave money for the waitress.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I even leave the tip in cash now.
Oh.
I pay on my card. I leave the tip in cash.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way they don't, because they get more of it.
Yeah, and
It
some
does.
of the places fool around with that type stuff, make it hard for them to get, and
They put it in their pocket. Nobody needs to know about
Done.
it. Hey,
Done.
slip this away. I even let them know. I make sure to write on the receipt though, tip on the table kind of thing. I don't want the owner to see that little bastard 0 tip. As I'm walking out and not know the deal. Meanwhile, the waiter has sort of pocketed the money, not told anybody.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, okay. So here's the thing. I will say this, and I want to say this up front, literally about everything. You got to know yourself before you walk in somewhere. You got to know yourself. You got to know what you're going to do. So, and especially for those of you out there who a lot of people. I've done dice with David a ton, and one of the biggest conversations I talk about is you have to know what you're willing to do. You can't come in. I won't say the short money thing. Short money doesn't necessarily apply with slots, but don't bring all your credit cards. Don't do the silly chase, the silly martingale. Don't be so invested emotionally where you end up, putting in more money than you can get out.
I see it all the time, so often. People get determined. They think, oh, I'm going to beat this person, dealer, machine, whatever.
Yeah.
And they keep putting money in because they think, listen, if it's hot and you're not winning, get out of there.
Because the
Move.
machine's going to have you by the balls, dude. As much as, and I don't want to go into the math because, by the way, the math is depressing. Because
really
we're not
is.
talking about the math. You don't come to Vegas for the math. You come to Vegas for the hope, for the chance, for the opportunity, and all we're trying to do is like sort of level the field, give you different ways of looking at it, so that if you are a gambler, you gamble responsibly right off the bat. You create opportunity for yourself, or you see opportunity for what it is realistically, and you play games that can give you the kind of experience you're looking for.
Exactly.
And because I know that all of you guys out there looking for those Keno machines, dude. You say, I lost all my money in like 10 minutes because you didn't play the right machine. I got the machine for you. Just hold on a second. It's coming. All right. Boy, we can go on so many tangents about that. Damn. I've chased machines to an umpteenth level. I was at the Vegas Club. The longest I've ever played on a machine. The 2 machines I've ever had in history. Vegas Club, before it was Circa, right? When they tore that down. And then the Riviera one time. Another machine that's gone.
Yep, gone.
So I was in a seat at Vegas Club for over 30 hours.
Oh my God.
So I flipped.
I hope you
3
went to the
shifts.
bathroom occasionally.
Yes, I did. I flipped 3 shifts back on Graveyard, and they're like, "Holy crap, dude, what's the matter with you?" You know what I mean? So here's what happened. It was back in the day when you had video poker machines that would spit out after if you generated more than 1,000 credits, or if it went to pay you over 1,000, it would start spitting out of the machine, and it would empty the hopper, and the hoppers where the coins were, and it would have 1,000 coins.
Sure.
So I'm on this machine. I hit every 4 of a kind, not the royal, every 4 of a kind known to man on this thing, and I had emptied this machine 3 times. The hopper had been filled. I had literally, so you know how you win 4,000 coins for the royal,
Yeah.
$1,000, right? For 25 cents. I had emptied three times this machine, over 3,000 coins into my buckets. Okay, and I only left with 1 bucket. I left with $50. Because I was 100% certain that royal flush was going to hit.
It's coming, I can tell.
Meanwhile, I had already cashed out almost the equivalent, not exactly, but almost the equivalent of the royal flush. If I had just left.
Got up and walked away.
If I had got up and walked away.
How much money is enough?
I put back 700. I put back at least $700.
Wow.
Over 30-something hours.
In quarters.
And
Think about that.
And I stayed there, so I had 2 days off. And I wasted both those days off. I literally just flipped the other day, went to the Horseshoe, ate at the cafe, and then reported to work at the Golden Gate.
Oh my God! After 30 hours of
Because I had
gambling.
I was up for 40 hours. I went to
Seen
work
that before.
and
Yeah.
and I won nothing. I won $50. I actually left with the $50 because I had 1 bucket left, and I was too tired to
put it in.
to put it not to put it in, but to take it up there and go through all this crap. I just took it with me.
A bucket of quarters.
I was going to play Keno, try to win my money back at the damn Horseshoe at the time. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing you got to know yourself. At that time, I was a degenerate video poker player. I went to the Riviera. This is my other story. I went to the Riviera, and I win 2 times on Keno over there, on the single card Keno. And I have about $400. I'm up over $400.
Wow. Yeah.
And my friend tells me, let's go to Circus Circus. Because I'm up 400, let's go play 100 at Circus Circus. Meanwhile, I lost $395, and there's a reason why I remember this. I lost $300. I came back to the Riviera with $5. I was so pissed, and I put it in this machine, and it's the hottest machine I've ever seen. I hit 4 aces 4 times on this machine.
Wow.
It was stunning. And this wasn't a double. This was only it wasn't double. It was just a double, just a bonus poker machine.
Sure.
So you got a bonus for the aces, but not so much where it had to be hand pay. You didn't win 2,000, won 800 coins, I believe it was. And it was stunning. I want all this money back. Now that time, I actually walked with some money because I locked up the machine a few times, and they would pay you off. And then they would release it, and then you could pay. So I managed to walk. But
you went home with the checks.
Yeah, I went home with the actual cash.
Oh, I
So
gotcha.
the times that they paid me out of the machine, and then I would play off the credit. But I mean, what a degenerate dude. I mean, why didn't I leave with the 400 to begin with?
Nobody leaves with it.
I
so
mean, this is
often.
the thing.
Yeah.
So this is where I've had to kind of know myself and know what I want to do. The other thing I find is that people, the Maxim, you remember the Maxim?
Oh yeah.
So I had a friend of mine that
Boy, they had a gourmet room there that was
dude,
so. I
it's
had
fantastic.
the best meal I've had.
We
They
can talk
had this
about-
smoked scallop dish.
Really?
That was
Wow.
so good. It was unbelievable.
Smoked scallop.
I still dream of
One
this.
scallop's like $10 now.
Oh yeah.
Scallops aren't cheap.
They're not cheap. Nope.
I loved the Maxim for me was when so back in the day when they had that Vegas show, that's where they filmed it. That was the Maxim.
Oh, I
was
didn't
the
know that.
backdrop for
Very
some of it.
nice.
Yeah. The old Vegas show, not the new Vegas show. The
Right.
one that they filmed. Ulrich was his name. Something Ulrich. Yeah. My buddy Jeff was a shift boss there, and every now and then he'd invite me down. He'd be like, "Hey, come down, just eat at the cafe." We had been dealers. We broke in together at the Gold Coast. And he went on to become a shift boss 5 years later, and I'm still a dealer 5 years later. He had sort of really
Moved
nice
up
guy.
the
moved
chain.
Up, yeah. And so they had this famous bank of megabucks that hit a few times over there. And so I would play those, and I would start out, I would go in, I'd play 100, I'd go eat, play another 100, go eat. Next thing you know, I'm in all this money that I could have done something else with.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Where, this is where we chase, like the Van Ben. That poor guy, he's in 5 times $300 over the course, just chasing some $500 instead of just coming in $1,500 and playing for something more realistic.
Right. Getting $100 and leaving or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, this people do this a lot, and that's what I always felt like that was a lost opportunity for me. Like if I'm in $500 in quarters, it would have been better if I just played 500 on a dollar machine.
Right,
The
yeah.
paybacks are better. The opportunities to win are better. Instead,
Yep.
I'm chasing $1,000 with $500.
Right.
That seems like a silly way
The
to go.
worst thing you can do. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, slots, you at least got to try to go for the jugular.
Exactly. And the dollars are by far much better payoffs.
100%.
yeah.
Unless you're at a certain casino in Tampa, dude. Then they go to $5 machine and you just bend over and just grab your ankles over that one. But
Well,
anyways,
you know.
everyone's going to hate David eventually, except the good ones. The good ones are going to love me, and the other ones are not going to love me, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? I don't know how to... you know what I mean?
Well, on that note, I'm going to
What?
segue.
Segue?
Mr. Tigman said, $5 super chat. He said, I heard players cards can change the payouts ever so slightly. Is that true?
Okay, so I've had this conversation several times because I swear to God, there's been a few places I put my player's card in and it just like the foot comes off the pedal. David, we're going to call your money. And the answer is no, it's not supposed to.
I don't
There's not
think
supposed
so.
to be any relationship
No.
between the machine and the card. In fact, there are two separate systems. You know, the machine is very specifically set to the machine, and then the card tracking literally just tracks the money in and the play. It has no correlation whatsoever. There's no software that supposedly connects those two
No.
realities together.
People have trouble with the concept that the casinos aren't cheating. They are very clear about what your odds of winning are and all of that. Listen, a gaming license in the state of Nevada is a license to print as much money as you want to have. Why would they endanger that to get an extra quarter off you once in a while? It
Yeah.
just doesn't make sense.
It's not a thing. I
No.
know people who preclude, especially at Dottie's. It's amazing how many people do not use their player cards because they're absolutely certain that somehow, some months they're going to win on their card, other months they're not going to win their
Like
card.
it's controlling things.
It's just not a thing.
No.
I have a friend of mine who's
It's not.
notorious for calling the gaming commission if he doesn't win his money back once every 10 hands or something. He feels like there should be some. Because if everything is based on like 98 percentile payback,
Right.
this kind of thing, so
Yeah.
every 100 hands you should get 2. Not really.
No, it's that percentage is over your lifetime.
Yeah.
It's the law of, it has to be large numbers. 100 hands tells you nothing.
Yeah, it might be 1,000,000 hands.
You could lose 100 hands in a row and
Yeah.
still be statistically where
That's
you're
true.
supposed to be. People
Yeah.
don't get that.
Yeah, so
I gotta win. It's gotta happen. It's been too many losses. That is not true.
yeah, no, 100%. I know that when I was working at the Gold Coast when the first real digital reels were installed. So the Gold Coast had video poker, but in terms of slot machines, everything was still,
Reels.
the reels, the bandits, and things like this. And then they went to this one digital. It was a nickel machine, and it had 4 reels, and it was 4 digital reels. It sat there forever; it never hit. They finally, my guess is my understanding is they had to dump that progressive into another progressive when they eventually just wanted to get rid of this machine.
Sure.
So it had this. It went up to I think $100,000 on the nickel machine.
Wow.
And it was
For a nickel.
for just
Few
3
nickels.
nickels, 3
Yeah.
nickels, yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
It was quite something, yeah. And people were really nervous. No one ever sat there because they were really intimidated that the digital machines could somehow cheat. They could be
Right.
programmed because you didn't see the reels spinning.
Moving. Yeah.
You didn't see it moving.
And now it's everywhere. That's all.
Now
we do.
it's all digital,
Yeah.
basically. I mean, there's a few of the old ones that people like, but so people didn't play it, and now we had a story where I forget what casino it is. A digital machine malfunctioned and didn't show the win. And they tracked that person down and told them,
paid 'em.
hey,
Yeah.
because as far as they were concerned, they had
They
lost.
won
They
the
were
money.
happy. They were home.
Yeah.
They had lost. No big deal. They had no idea, and they gave them $200. It was over $200,000.
Amazing. Amazing.
Because I'm surprised actually because malfunction voids all pays. It says.
Yeah, you would think they might
Yeah.
slip that
I-
by, but
I've had a Keno machine one time. Back to Keno at a casino. I won't mention where, but the power went out, and the machine ended up, I guess, malfunctioning and showing a win on the screen. But they say it was just it was an imprint. It had nothing to do with the actual hit.
Right.
It wasn't an actual hit.
it just triggered some sequence.
Yeah, so it showed a win, but it wasn't a win, and of course the person was just really unhappy.
I bet.
They were
I
looking
bet.
to get paid, but the machine said no, there was no pay there.
Right.
Interestingly, okay. Anyways,
Someone
anything
has
else?
a great question.
Yes.
That Rascamaran says, do branded slots like Star Wars or Wheel of Fortune have fewer payouts?
Oh, so you have to pay for the license, right?
Sure.
So as far as that goes, yes. So there still can be a better top pay, but some of those lower pays tend to be either less. If you look at some of the really popular theme machines like the Panda, stuff like this, where there's a lot of interactivity, you really get less money. You get more playtime in some respects. You go to these bonus rounds, but if you look at sort of the pay tables, you get more money on that top pay and less on the lower pay. So I think it really depends on the machine, but absolutely. If there's an IP attached to it, you might end up getting more. Again, you might, because they make it attractive by offering these $1 million, these big progressives. But in terms of those lower payouts, if you look, especially if you see like the small, the major, the minor, and the grand, you'll see all these discrepancies leading up to the big one.
Right.
And some of those, the small, the major, are kind of small. Like, why am I working to a $12 jackpot on a 25-cent machine? And you'll like that because you're paying for that experience more than anything else.
Sure, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So there you go. That's the short end of the stick.
But if you're sitting on one of those machines thinking you're going to win a fortune, that is not what you're there for. You're there to enjoy it and have a good time and not worry about that. For $100, it doesn't. The percentages don't matter on $100.
Yeah.
They matter lifetime. If you're looking to go out and put $100,000 into gaming, hunt down, find the best machine with the best percentages, and go for it.
Yep.
But if you're there for 2 hours, you want to kill and have a good time, does it really matter if you've got a 0.01% chance of not making quite as much money? It's small.
I'm so glad I met you, dude.
Pennies.
It's amazing how often I've had different conversations. It's amazing how many people come to the school and they expect that because I teach dice, I've broken down every sort of mathematical. I've done this mathematical analysis. I don't go through the math theory to get games to the floor. I go through the life theory. How you want to play, what you want to play, what's the investment. That's my whole Dice with David is definitely about strategies and working through this logic and mentality and sort of trying to create opportunity. It's not about teaching you how to make come bets, pass line bets. Pass line's great on the come out roll. That's it. That's why the casino gives away free odds, because it then becomes a terrible bet.
Right.
We can have that conversation. Anyways, all right. What else we got? It looks like you have something. He sat up straight.
He's reading.
I can see his hair over the monitor. What's going on? It's big.
Big AZ asked,
we love Big AZ.
is Bubble Craps rigged? Is it classified as a slot machine?
You know what? Another good, really, really good question.
None of it is rigged.
Yeah.
Nothing's rigged.
Yeah.
Everything is exactly what it appears to be, and as long as that holds true, the casino's going to make money, and they're very happy to let you play that game.
Listen. When Big AZ shows up, they push the button.
Oh, do they rig
No,
it
they
for
totally
him?
push the button.
Okay.
They're either like, listen, if we can get on your YouTube videos, we got a little bit of a win. Otherwise, you're totally screwed. What's interesting? Me and Alex were quite literally at this last G2E, and there was a mechanic sitting right there, and we asked him point blank about the RNG. Mm-hmm. So you know how slot machines are built on a curve. They're programmed basically well in advance to deliver 98%, 99%.
Sure.
That's not a true RNG. That's not, because when a lot of us think of an RNG, we think of a unique outcome every single button, right? But that's not true. The button sort of is sort of in play. I learned about Keno that way. That guy that actually worked for IGT or whatever it was, where he was putting in his own chips. He was programming the Keno games. And so a lot of times the Kenos are programmed out for the next, however many plays, 100,000 plays, 1,000 plays, whatever.
Well, and whatever formula they use, that formula is set so that a certain percentage will win this much, a certain will win that much, and it's just
so
the
not RNG. That's the thing, which I hate. I hate that I told everybody that, and I hate knowing that, because every time I hit the button, I'm like, screw it. Why am I hitting the button? I mean, I should just let it go autopilot and then go take a,
You know what the worst one on G2E was? The claw machine, because you think it's a skill-based thing.
I lost it, and I still won. It still said I won, and my thing dropped. I did nothing. I was terrible claw. My claw released it, and it still said, winner, winner. I was like, oh, Jesus. See, that doesn't play out well, because then you know that it's not. But
none of these are skill based. If it was, then you would have a chance of winning. It's all luck.
You would have a chance of winning.
The skill, but see, the great thing about dice, ETGs, which we're going to get to, is The skill is really knowing how to play.
Right.
Knowing how to place
Yep.
bets, knowing how to press, power press.
Basic strategy.
But this guy swore that because of this guy swore to us that because the ETG for craps, blackjack, these games are more or less the hybrid of a real game without a dealer.
Sure.
That jurisdiction they've left it to where it's an RNG that's played out. So when the dice go into action, there's because you see the dice bouncing up and down, and
Right.
you wonder if that outcome is random. Mm-hmm. And he swore to us that's random. That it's absolutely random. That every single time you hit the button, those dice going up and down come up with a random outcome.
And why not?
I mean, yeah, no, 100%.
Because if it does, and the formula is correct, in the end, the casino's going to make plenty of money.
No, that's right. And dice is so well balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, as a dealer, the times that I've sat there and watched people on the pass line and the don't pass, losing and winning at the same rate is quite stunning.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
the casino just wants to middle the game. They don't want to take a bite. They love winners. Casinos love winners. Winners talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
their wins. They pass
The
on
louder, the
stories.
better. They want you to scream.
100%. They're
Yeah.
literally fantastic. They love the winners. All right. All right. Well, anyways, let's see. Okay, ready? I talked about knowing yourself, and there's a few strategies for helping to control your emotionalism when it comes to gambling, because there's a lot of emotionalism that goes. I am so there's a when it comes to slots and I start winning, it's literally like sex for me.
Oh, it is a lot of fun to win.
I mean-
Winning is fun. That's it. I've
It
never
is.
seen anybody that was winning money that didn't enjoy it.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
No Speedos when I'm winning at a Keno machine, dude. That would not be a good look for me. Listen, and so what happens is I am more about that sometimes than actually just taking home money.
Right.
So
That
I will
feeling.
just keep playing.
The truth is, that's the feeling everybody's looking
Yeah,
for.
100%.
That's
Is
the
that-
whole point of gambling is
Yeah,
that
100%.
I won, I succeeded. It's
Yeah.
that's it.
So here's a few things that I do for myself to teach myself or to kind of condition myself not to do that whole 30-hour shift at the base. Number one is machines nowadays have ticket outs. Mm-hmm. So what I do is when I get to the casino, I have a number in my head that if I go over that number, I hit the ticket out, I put that cash back in, and then I leave out the money I'm willing to respend.
Right.
So believe it or not, it's a low amount. I drive the Dottie's Clerks insane. Okay, so if I buy in for 100 and somehow I get to 150, right? I'll cash it out.
That's smart.
I
That's
give
really
them $5.
smart.
I put my 100 back, and then I have my 50 up to put
Still to
back.
play,
Still
yeah.
to play. You see?
I hear so
150.
much. It's not my money. It's the casino's
Oh,
money.
hell, it's
That
not.
is the dumbest concept I've
Yeah.
ever heard. It is your money. It's money you've deposited on previous visits. And if you don't put it in your pocket and take it with you, they will gladly relieve you of it.
Yeah, no, they're happy to have it.
Oh yeah, they'll take it.
So what ends up, if I'm on a hot streak, I will literally cash out 8, 9. I'll just keep cashing out when I hit this milestone. There was this one clerk that I had at Twain. I know all the clerks. Dennis will tell you, I don't know all the clerks, but I play a lot. I've been
Right.
playing a lot since the beginning
For
of
years,
time.
yeah.
Since Dottie's became a thing.
Dude, he knows Vegas by where the Dotties are.
No,
Yeah.
if there's a Dottie's there, I know how to give directions.
Kind of like me and yogurt shops.
Oh, God bless you, sir. God bless you. We love the yogurt shop. We
Oh,
know
God,
yogurt
yeah.
shops, dude. We know where they're all hiding out.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Youth World's been taking it in the you-know-what, dude. They're getting dominated, sadly. Yogurtland is taking over out here.
Yeah?
There's only a couple Youth Swirls left. Dude. Are you a Youth Swirl or a Yogurtland? What's
Oh,
going
I like
on here?
you swirl.
You,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Youth
Oh, yeah.
Swirl, but that Youth Swirl up there on West Charleston, that's getting a little freaky deaky. They added a bunch of chocolate over there. I don't know what the hell's going on. It comes out real soupy.
Oh no,
So
that's
if,
no
if
good.
anyone needs to create what you're, anyways, it's not get gross.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what were we talking about? What the hell? Is
I know, but I got a quick story.
Quick
So we were
story?
driving down the street, and there's a bunch of Dotties down the street, and David literally was pointing at like, oh yeah, this is where this person works. They work day shift, and then this is where this person works. He's like,
Yeah.
I was like, how do you know this?
Yeah. No, because I love to know the clerk, unless they're terrible clerks.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot you got to do with Dotties. You sweep up and you make change. And if you're or give drinks,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can't, there's some clerks don't like to move out from behind a counter. It's hard to service the games if you don't move out. But anyways,
People go back to gamble at places. They enjoyed the people they gambled with.
Oh,
If
100%.
we get dealers where the same people come and visit them
Yep.
regularly. They know half the players on the game all the time. Same thing with a slot host. You know, if someone's taking care of your slot machine, you're going to tend to go back to that place. These companies don't realize how important the person that makes contact with the customer
I know.
is.
I don't
It's
understand why
everything.
that's something that's more about. That could be a whole nother conversation. Like, do you know the friendliest slot people in town are at that I've ever encountered? Besides some of the clerks I like, at the Aliante.
Really?
Hands down.
And what do you think they're doing different to make it?
You know
that
what
way?
they're doing different? They're creating a culture. There's someone that's advocating, or a lot of times it's just that everybody, the morale is great. People just feel great working
Happy.
there, have a really good time. You follow?
Yep.
And that's a thing too.
It is.
Or they're literally like, when I Station Casinos has a good thing. They do this whole celebration. If you're a frontline employee, they want you to engage with customers. They encourage that. Stratosphere. The Stratosphere is another place where the dealers make their own money. So if you're not saying hello, you're going home kind of empty pocketed.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
There's a world of difference. Yeah.
No, 100%. Now that could go both ways, but it always stuns me, especially in the front line where there's a lot of people as being a dealer. That person that's taking money out of your pocket. Like, I remember when I worked at the Rio, and we did well. It was a great job back when Marnell had it.
Sure.
But there was a few just deadpanned, grumpy-ass dealers, and you're like, dude, why
They
did
rely on everybody else.
Everybody
to make
else
their
is
living.
pulling their thing. They
Yep.
make nothing. They just sit there dead, and they wonder, oh my God, I had no action. You had no action because no one wanted
No
to have
one
action
wanted to
with
sit
you.
down. Yeah, they looked at you and thought, "Oh my God, I'm
Yeah.
getting out of here."
That's why we exist. It's so funny when people. I had a couple, this fantastic couple, that came out here. The blueberry farmer. I hope maybe he's watching, but
A blueberry
a
farm.
blueberry farm.
Yeah,
Isn't that
sounds
fantastic?
great. I love blueberries.
And they were talking about. He was here with his sister. They were talking about the experience that we created, and I was telling them that too often people are intimidated. They go into a casino and they see the sourpusses, they're not treated well. And now with slots, I worked as a slot change person, sir, at the Westward Ho.
Wow.
And that
How
was one
you
of my
have
first
come up in
gaming-
the world.
I know. It was a rough onset. But you had incentive because you paid these jackpots and you got paid. Nowadays it's a floor supervisor that comes out, and of course they're nice when they're paying a jackpot.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when you're normally walking through the casino, there's not the same incentive, or there's not the same level of engagement. Aliante, I swear to God, almost every time I've ever come, if I even hesitate for a second to put the card in, someone comes running up. Let me help you with that, sir. I always wonder if it's because I've gotten to a certain age, or if they're actually being helpful.
They
Maybe
need you to think you need a little help.
let me help you across the
He
Keno
can't
house.
find the slot.
See, Dennis finds that
comment.
funny. Son of a b. I swear to God.
That's because he's
Yeah.
been watching it for years.
I get that a lot now. Let me help you, sir. Listen, back off, please. I got this card. Damn it. Anyways, but they're always so nice, dude. Everybody there is always so. I've never had a single negative encounter. But anyways, all right. What were we talking about? Yeah, so the ticket in, ticket out. So way 2 is ticket in, ticket out. Mm-hmm. The other one is, I know a person who, it's a little irritating, I got to tell you. I used to play with a person who would have this system for printing tickets, and then they would collect them, put them in something, and not come back until the next day. So on their way to work or doing some other kind of task. So they would always play the same casino.
Sure.
Because think about this: if you cash them right away, like I do,
Right.
you might want to play. You get the money. And
You got
play.
the money, you might do it again.
If you're on your way to work, you're gonna cash and go.
Right.
You
and
follow?
actually get out of
And
there with
actually
some
get out
money.
of the casino.
Yeah, I could
So
see
she
that.
had a thing with never cashing her tickets the same day and just going back whenever she was in a hurry and cashing the tickets. The thing is she would set this, like, it was ridiculous. She would come in $20 bills, and if she got out 21, you know what I mean, cash. Because she felt like that was the opportunity. Because
Right.
a lot of times machine will give up a little bit early on, and then you play it off.
Right.
So she wanted to get that little bit.
Every time.
So she'd come in 20, and it would be $20.25. She'd win that first hand plus 75 cents. She would be cashing a ticket in the purse. Meanwhile, another $20, And
That
strangely
seems a
enough-
little neurotic.
No,
to me.
totally neurotic. Now imagine this. So she's in 520s, right?
Uh-huh.
She's out $100, and she's finished. She's got her ticket. She's out her money. And now, hey, David, you have a 20? And I'd be like, what? What's going on? That's like
She
free
needs your
play.
money. Yeah.
I'm not free play.
No.
Come on now. You got to earn free play.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, all right. And the other thing is, I talk about getting up and the cash returns. But anyways, what do you think about that, huh? Those are some good ways to control yourself.
Oh, yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Besides leaving the ATM cards at home.
You know, I think the best way is just to set a limit, get that money out, play it until you're done, and then move on.
And it's so hard, dude. It's so hard.
It is.
I always find a card somewhere. I don't know what the hell happens, dude.
Do not bring cards to the casino.
Eventually, it's all going to be digital. You're just going to like, boop. It's going to be on your glasses.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to register. The thing that makes me really nervous nowadays is some of these slot machines, you can belly up with your actual card and buy in on the machine.
Is that unbelievable?
I
And
mean,
I've
that's-
heard there are table games that do the
Oh no,
same
100%.
thing.
Yeah, you never have to leave. They will give you the credit right there in the game and print
worst.
you a ticket.
I wouldn't do that in a million years.
Eventually, they're just gonna have a pawnbroker like right there in the pit.
Yeah,
Like,
here's
what do you got?
Slap your watch on the
What
table.
do you got?
Yeah,
I'm ready for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, the card thing scares the hell out of me.
Yeah,
I'll be
me
honest with
too.
you.
Me too.
Because imagine that you just
Talk
stick
about
your card
losing
in.
track of what you're doing.
You have a few drinks in,
Oh yeah.
and the next thing you do, you got to call Alan to bail you out.
Zero. Yeah, you
I
can't
need
get
some
home
of
in
those
a
rolls
taxi.
Of copper. Yeah, no, the taxi. I'd probably need what's his name? Jasmine 101. What's his name?
Derek?
Yeah, Derek. Derek's loaded, dude.
Oh,
If
okay,
he's
yeah,
even
I've heard
yeah,
that name.
You gotta call
actually.
out Derek if you're ever in the slammer. Just like literally, I'll give you Derek's number later. You just
Oh,
give him
yeah.
a call. He's got you, man. He's got you. No
Really
worries.
quickly.
Yes.
Robert Barnes says, tell David to enjoy the old card. Embrace the dark side.
We have so many fans, dude. They're all different persuasions. Is he? What did he say? He said, "Enjoy the dark side."
Embrace the dark side.
Embrace the dark side. There's
I
no
think that's what
opportunity
you're
on the
doing
dark
in the
side, sir.
casino, are you
It's-
not?
It's a grind. I mean, it depends on what side of the
It
casino.
doesn't mean
we're
the
working.
craps table, dude.
No, I know what he's talking about.
Oh, what's he talking about? Spell it out for me.
There's a lot of alleyways, going around. I mean, poor Mr. B, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. B, doesn't he have a wife? Isn't he married? What's he doing watching this show? What's going on? Mr. B, you coming out here for Dennis and Jet's party? Is he? I think he is coming.
I think
out.
he's already RSVP'd.
No, I think he's. Hey, we need to know. What we want to do is know if what we want to do. Oh God, we want to know if you've gotten a room. We want to know how many of these rooms at Downtown Grand. And listen, even if you're not a fan, it's a great deal. Just saying.
Yeah,
okay?
for a trip to Vegas,
If you happen to be coming in, you don't even have to attend the party. You
Yeah.
can just rent the room and call it a
Have
day.
a ball, yeah. yeah.
Thanks for being a fan.
It really is a deal.
No, it's a fantastic
It's a
deal.
great deal.
I
yeah.
even looked at what their standard room rates were. They're twice. And
yeah.
throughout town, there's actually an event here. Besides it being April Fool's Day,
Mm-hmm.
there are some events here in town. So the rates have gone up. There's a convention. There's a couple of big events. I mean, it's a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays,
Always more expensive on the weekend.
yeah. If I were you, and if you're driving out here, you might want to go ahead and gas up now, okay, and
Yeah,
then leave
fill
that
it
car
up.
sitting. fill that because gasoline could
It's
be
only going to go up.
a lot.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
Lord, man. All right, ready? So there's some of the self-control. Now we're going to go to the games. So the games, I broke these down into 4 basic categories for those of you who care. Okay, those of you who are still watching and aren't interested in the dark side.
And are awake.
A lot of people come on here just to hear the nonsense, dude. They're
Really?
No one entertains nonsense like David, dude.
You've got a talent. Yeah,
I do.
absolutely.
I could fill up 2 hours like nobody's business, dude. One of these days we'll have to broadcast from like a toilet or something and just see how the acoustics work. Hey, we had a show where we went out and we did, what was that? The potty.
We
ran
went
out
to
of stuff
Summerlin.
Yeah.
Oh, you walked around and checked restrooms?
Yeah, we did a
No,
restroom
no.
tour.
Let
Okay,
me tell you,
wait,
that's
wait,
one
here-
of the way when I go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
one of the first things I do
100%.
is go
See?
in and check if their restroom is ugly, I'm out of there. We're done.
No, I
That's
believe.
good.
I believe. And so we found this is the greatest restroom ever to exist in Tivoli Village. Mm-hmm. There's no sign. You wouldn't even know. It's a secret restroom, sir. But if you have a real big, I mean, if you have a growler that's unheard of and you don't want to share it, you're so embarrassed that you
Right.
just want to be the only one in the bathroom.
A little private.
Public. You know what I mean? You don't want to like, and then maybe you're worried that your little domestic toilet just doesn't have the commercial grade that you need to flush correctly, and it's gonna back it up. It's gonna be an absolute nightmare. You know what I'm saying?
The full Monty.
Yeah, you know, you get worried. You're like, I don't know if this one's gonna go down. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have this commercial grade toilet at Tivoli Village. It's not a secret anymore because me and me and Dennis gave the tour, dude. We did.
Look. Here's some context. We're in Summerlin. We're driving around for a live stream, and then we end up walking into the restroom while we're live. By the way,
It was cold. It was cold. It was cold outside, and you know. We had a
so the joke is that we do like bathroom reviews.
Uh-huh.
But here's the thing, right? This Tivoli Village bathroom is like the cleanest bathroom you've ever seen. No one's ever touched it. It's because it's like in the hallway.
Hidden.
You gotta find it.
There's
Blah,
not even
blah.
a sign. There's no
Really?
sign. You wouldn't even know it's there. David knows it's there because I ended up down that way somehow. I don't know. When I gotta go, I gotta go. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I got like radar. I got bathroom radar working. Plus, I'm looking for someplace private. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
It's a heated bathroom too.
Oh,
They-
it's a heated
everything.
bathroom.
Wow.
I mean, it's
Nice and
fantastic.
warm, yeah.
Oh, it's delicious
Perfect.
in there. Absolutely delicious.
Delicious. I don't think I'd use that word.
I know, right?
I wouldn't either.
No.
All right. Anyways, all right. Are we back? Are we back to the show now? What's going on?
What are
All
we
right.
doing?
We're doing Game On. So it's slots, video poker, Keno, ETG. I made Keno its own category. It has to be its own category because
Of course.
it's played very uniquely. I didn't include bingo. Bingo is a whole nother show. I can't talk about bingo. That's
Do they
Lauren's
have bingo
domain.
slots?
I
Are
mean,
there
they
mechanic-
do. They
yeah.
do in Indian reservations. They have these what they call them class 2 slots. So they play out like bingo. They're 50-50 minus a little commission, whatever the case is.
Sure.
But that's how they refer to them as bingo, even though it's not bingo being played out.
Right.
But the slots play out a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lauren lives for bingo. There's no bingo game that she hasn't liked.
That's
I mean,
funny.
she would want to retire as a bingo caller, I'm thinking. She's all about the balls, sir. She works those balls like nobody's business.
No comment.
You know what I'm saying?
None. No.
She has
I got to look Lauren
she
in
has
the
an
eye next
affinity
week.
for bingo balls. Just saying.
So
She'll
what you're
roll
saying
those
is I'm going
balls
to
around.
transition into this question.
Go
I've
ahead.
seen people pull out their player's card before bonus spins. Thoughts?
Before bonus spins? By what do you mean?
Nothing
like
to
out of
do
the
with
machine
it.
and
Yeah.
then the bonus spin goes off?
The two systems are completely separate.
Yeah, they're completely
The slot
separate.
machine is made, and then the casino puts their own gaming card system in. They're not. There's no electronic connection between the two. They're
Other than
completely
tracking your
separate.
money in, your play, you know,
Yeah.
what the money is. It's what's amazing is when you find out how many vendors go into one
Slot machine. Oh, yeah.
Because you have the power guy, the uninterruptible power guy, you have the jackpot meter dude, you have the cabinets, you have the software, you have the glass. There's so many components that make up a slot. It's not just one company who like here's a finished product. It's all these companies that come
And
together.
every step is looked at by gaming control.
Yeah.
They don't just spit out a slot machine. Before that
Yeah.
machine goes live,
Yep.
they have spent hours checking it out, make sure it's paying what it's supposed to. The software is unassailable.
Yeah.
Everything works properly. It's not easily cheated. There's
No.
a lot of work that goes in, and they've been doing this a long, long time.
No, these machines are completely bricked up, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Like on a whole nother
Yep.
level, right, Dennis? Right, that's what I mean. Yeah.
During the 70s, there were a lot of cheats going around.
No,
And they
100%.
found ways to get around some of
Damn
the
it.
flaws in these slot machines.
I was too young.
Yeah, they have cleaned that up, let me tell you.
They
It's
really
possible. There are things that can be done, but they're getting harder and harder and harder.
Yeah. No, the only guy winning back in the day was Guido.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Down the back
Absolutely.
alley with an
Yep.
extra
Oh.
suitcase.
So the question earlier about have you seen people pull out the player for before bonus spins is because he was thinking about the win loss.
Oh, they don't want to be. Yeah, but that is true. I have seen that.
Yeah.
I've actually, you know what I've seen more of? I have a friend of mine who bets a sports book. Sometimes he'll come up with a fantastic win,
Right.
and he's like, "Oh no, that's not my ticket." He'll hand it off and have somebody else collect
Cash
the
it.
ticket because he's already cashed a few,
Right.
and he doesn't want to get hit with the taxes. They're worried about. They don't want to fill out the paperwork. You know what I mean?
Oh, taxes.
You
Now,
know,
there's a
they don't want to
different
be the
issue.
guy, but they'll track it back. They'll look and see who's in that seat because technically
yeah.
whoever pushed that button
Gets the
paid.
money. Yeah.
There was an infamous case, by the way, with this guy and his mistress out here, and it was a certain casino, Center Strip, that may or may not have a volcano in front of it, actually. But there was a guy, and he had brought in this woman, and let's just say it wasn't his regular woman.
Oh my goodness!
It was a spare woman.
That's an extra.
If that can be a thing. And what's funny is the story. And no, I better not go. I don't want to be canceled. David has got to be. If you want unfiltered me, you got to go on Patreon, basically. But let's just say that the article had to mention her bra size at one point, and I thought that was kind of weird. They just wanted to drill it down that this was not his actual wife. This was the other some other relationship.
So what happened?
So they win. So what happens is he gives her money, but they're sitting together.
Right.
She's playing across his lap, so to speak.
Right.
But it's her finger on the button.
Okay.
And it wins. The slot machine goes, not for a ton of money. It's like 10 grand, 20 grand. But
sure.
he was a wealthy patron.
Begins. Yeah.
And she won that case.
Oh yeah.
She got to keep that money.
Yeah. Doesn't matter whose money it is. Who pushed the button.
Yeah. He didn't give a big enough tip, dude. She came for revenge. You know what I mean?
It's funny in the casino on table games. We'll get where. Say someone's not playing a certain bet that they could play, and the player next to them wants to just put their money in and play that for them. And they think, oh, no big deal. But that bet has got $1 million payoff. Yeah. Can you imagine what happened? That's why the casinos won't let that happen. Whose money is it, and who pays the taxes on it?
Whoever hits the button. I mean, that's really how it's broken down. I suppose there could be some other logic going in.
But that logic does not count. You can kid yourself all you want. The person that pushes that button gets the money.
Just enjoy the lap. Just use your finger.
Yep.
I mean, that could be taken a lot of ways. So basically, make sure to finger the machine first.
Right.
How'd you like that one, buddy? Did you see how I put that in there? Yeah. If you're going to finger something, finger the machine. Okay. Moving on. You ready? All right.
This is a great question.
Oh, really?
Robert Barnes says he wants to ask about the tax implications of having your card in. Does it affect your to offset your wins and losses against each other?
Yeah, so
it does.
It does. You want to have your card in because if you use that end of year, you know what's interesting is when they print the end of year, they say that it's not meant as a definitive, journal or record of your wins and losses because clearly you could have won and lost other places.
Sure.
You might not have always had your card in, but if you always have your card in, you can make that case to the IRS and say, here, this is my win-loss. I've had to do that once.
Right. Yeah,
I've had to literally offset because I was a loser, but on paper it looked like I may have won,
right?
But I was a degenerate loser,
right? Yeah,
and I was able to use that.
That's the funny thing. They get you for taxes, but the truth is nobody wins. Nobody wins. Even the guy that wins a huge jackpot eventually gives it back. So really, they're taxing you on something.
They're trying to raise the limit. To reporting limit.
They should.
The win reporting limit.
Should.
That's their workout.
Absolutely.
But 100%, if I were you, if you play any real money in slot machines, you should use a card.
Oh God, yes.
And make sure to get all your win-loss. One of the reasons I like playing at the same casino when I start the year is I don't have to go and track down the win-loss from everywhere. But I will say this: station casinos, for example, it's real easy to get it. Other casinos, literally like Dottie's, you got to put in a request. You got to go. They should have that all online, dude. If you're not online now, I mean, it's kind of silly. You should be able to just make the request, get that information, and boom, done.
Right, in a second.
But you should definitely have your card in because I mean, the tax implications can be if you play enough money, can be big. I mean, if they see you hit a $10,000 jackpot, the IRS is going to come knocking.
Oh, guaranteed.
They want to know that you lost a little.
Yep.
And you made up for it somehow. And I would have owed like $2,000, which I wasn't prepared to pay.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, good Lord, have mercy on my soul. You know what I mean? So definitely I would have the card. Just makes it easier to have that discussion. I mean, you could have that discussion with them without the card, but it's a harder sell.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot harder.
But if the casino is saying, listen, this guy lost a shit ton of money, we've given him a lot of buffet coupons.
Right.
That's an easy win.
You know. And they've got records, and it's a non-biased third party. I've talked to a lot of guys that do exactly that. There's no reason not to use the card. That's the silliest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
The reasons not to use a card are you don't want to get mailings. If you don't want them sending stuff to your home and sending offers and things like that, then don't use a card. But that's about the only reason. If you're trying to keep things secret, and I can't imagine why you'd keep
I mean, in this day and
A
age, if
weekend
you
in
have a
Vegas
phone,
secret.
Google's got your number. Dude.
You're
They
done.
got you by the short hair.
You
dude.
might as well use the card and get what few
I
advantages
know.
they still give, because there are advantages to a card.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, you just talk out loud during the day, and then you go home, and those commercials roll out on your phone. I don't know what the disconnect is. It's so strange. I have to say.
I gotta say.
I'm not even a paranoid person, but if I talk Chevy, I go home and it's nothing but Chevy ads on my my browser.
Right.
I never put Chevy into my phone. How do they know I'm worried about a Chevy?
Well, I think they're pretty honest that they're doing that and that it's done, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. All right, so definitely use the card. Table games, 100%. In fact, if you are a table game player, don't leave the table without knowing what your rating was.
Yes.
I recommend
I
that.
say this to people
Yep.
every day. When you use a card, first of all, you want to clue the floorman in that you know what you're talking about. So the first thing you want to ask before you leave at some point during your play is, what do you have me down for as an average bet? You know what that does? It does more than one thing. It first tells the floorman, you're paying attention, you better give me a good bet. So right away, that floorman's going to make sure that you've got a fair number.
Yeah.
Second of all, when you walk away from the game, it is easy for the floorman to add a little money to that average bet. It's easy. Just
If they
ask
like
him.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be friendly, make everybody, get along and enjoy yourself, and more than likely, he's
Yeah.
going to make you happy.
Here's what happens. Alan Toy walks up to the game, right? Strokes the hell out of the dealers, and now the floor person rates him less
Yeah.
than the $10,000
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because he doesn't like him.
Because it does. So that's why you gotta ask, dude.
You gotta
Especially
ask.
if you're playing some weird, wonky action, or if you're just a don't player in general.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you're getting full credit for your don'ts.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And the floorman doesn't see every bet. It's not like slot machines where
No,
they've got a
100%.
record of every bet. The floorman doesn't see it. You could play a $1,000 hand and he's on the other side of the pit and has no idea.
No, 100%. So I bet I start at the lowest amount, right? And then I sort of progress. And
Smart.
I tell them, listen, dude, don't look at my first hand.
It
Make
does
sure to
not
come
count.
back and come back.
And very often, your first hand, when he's putting that stuff into the computer,
Yeah.
is exactly
That's
what
what
you're
he's
going to get
using.
as your
Yeah.
average bet. Half the floormen in the city don't
Yeah.
ever go back and change it.
That's it, because they have 20 other games to watch.
I don't know
They're
how many
working the
players
whole-
sit down, and their first bet is their biggest bet because they know I'm looking at it.
No, 100%.
Very
no.
smart.
Yeah, no. And if you're one of those guys, well, we're gonna go in there. That's a whole nother show. We're going over table games next week. We're gonna do them
Not
one at a
today.
time. We're gonna do roulette, then we're gonna do craps. We might do craps first. We have a big craps audience. Or we might wait to the end to do craps because that could be the big. Anyways, all right. So here we go. Ready? Are we ready for the next slide? Do we have any more questions?
As of right now, we're good.
We're good. Okay. So let's go. So let's talk about slots. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's talk about slots. That's the next slide. You ready? So here's how I broke it in slots. I broke it down slots. In my estimation, okay, they break down into a couple of basic categories. This is how I like to do my slots. So straight up wins. So I'll give you an example. A double diamond machine. A silver sevens machine. Just straight up wins on the machines. You don't make a lot, but you can play a nice little jackpot. 1, 2, 3 credits. You don't play for progressive. You can get almost as much for the 1 as you do for the 2 or the 3. That's why I love double diamonds. 2 quarters.
So the small end play, the
Small
low
end play.
hits, they keep you going. It
Yep.
lets you be able to
100%.
sit longer.
Great time. Great for time. Great to play if you want to do time. You can actually go through the casino. And you look for the machines, not the $3, not the penny machines where you need $3, and then you got to pay another 85 cents for the bonus. Obviously, those machines are gonna stroke you as quickly. I mean, those are the theme machines, but these the straight up wins, the red, white, and blues that used to be really popular, still popular in a lot of places.
You still see them.
Double diamonds, silver sevens. These are the machines that I love to set if I'm going to grind some time. I'm going to dinner or something like this. I don't have a lot of time to play. I could win a little bit of money, but for the most part, I'm going to get those little small payouts in between and get to play for a while.
Sure.
And the max pay and the min pay, like the 1 coin, 2 coin, it really doesn't matter. Maybe the 3 coin might get a little more, but for the most part, it's level across. It's 1 times, 2 times, 3 times.
Right.
You follow? The next one we have is the theme machines. The theme machines right now are basically all over the place, but a lot of the big ones have these $1 million progressives. You got to be very careful because even the penny machines now, It's $3. I don't know how it's a penny machine. It's a $3 machine. It's a dollar machine time. It's like, you know what I mean? It's a
You're putting pennies in to play
They
dollars.
call it a penny machine to make it
silly.
sound like there's an easy entry. But if you're really playing 12 cents on that machine, you're doing yourself. I mean, it's terrible.
Throwing it away.
You're
Just throw it
literally
on the
just
ground.
throwing away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have no real opportunity. You're not activating all the wins and the whole pay table. The ones that really disturb me and the ones that are a little tricky is, first of all, if I can't figure out how the hell I'm winning, like
Right.
if they got chipmunks and squirrels and all these other things going on, and then you need, like, instead of needing 5 of them across, you need one doing another one, jumping over a bunny, and then, you know what I mean? It's like
Right.
this whole sequence of things. I don't have time to figure that out. I got to come with like a dentist.
Too complicated.
It's too complicated. You know what I
yeah.
mean? The learning curve is beyond my reach. It's not something that's going to entertain me. And then they have the ones where it's $3, but then you got to also pay another 25 cents, you know what I mean, to get this bonus thing going on. And, you know, again, it's a $3 machine. I'm going to play Megabucks with $3 machine.
Right,
I'm gonna
you
go
might
for
as well
straight up,
get in for $1 million payoff somewhere. Yeah.
right?
No, exactly.
Okay, so the other one I love, and a lot of casinos have gotten rid of these because they require a lot of support. What happened?
I'll be back in a second.
Uh-oh, we've lost our technical concern. That's okay. He might be heading over to Tivoli Village bathroom.
Yeah.
Poor Dennis, dude. We're going to let him know. By the time he gets there, don't anybody... Shh, he's probably got a huge growler, dude. He had to step away.
Wow.
Do you know what a growler is?
I
You
don't
look
think
at me
I
with
want
a-
to know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Okay.
think I want to know.
You're like, poor Dennis. Anyways, he did one of the D&Ds with us, a couple of them, and for some reason, every time his nose gets some of like the ice cream or a bit of food, and of course me and Jet just sit there laughing.
Oh, you don't tell him.
Oh no, hell no.
No.
No. We let him. We'll relish that whole thing when he gets on camera. Then he's so pissed. But it's great for content.
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
it's
love
funny.
it. It's hilarious. Okay, so the lightning pays are these fast-paying jackpot machines. They pay low. Like there was a dollar machine that used to have at Boulder Station's lightning pay, and you know you needed to play it with a few people. And there would be the $300 jackpot, but it was so much fun because you would kind of fight, and every 10 minutes the thing goes off if you have enough people playing. But again, they require a little bit of support because they have to be reset. You know, a lot of places don't like those on their floor. But all right, so then there's the small progressives. So the panda machines that a lot of people love now. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Was everything okay?
We're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay, we're good. Apparently
Hey, we're
everything
good.
came out
It
perfect.
worked.
Yeah, good.
Did you wash your hands there, buddy?
Nothing but positivity here, sir. Nothing but positivity. So they have these progressives. The pandas have these little small progressives, right? Where I refer to the pandas, the dragon machines. A lot of you guys have seen these, where they create some kind of bonus round, and you don't win a lot, but you feel like you're winning,
Right.
Because it's filling up the bowl, and then the panda does something,
right.
or the dragon does
Some
something,
kind of graphic. Yeah.
and because if you really look, you know, they have the minor, the major, and they're really, it's not a lot. You know what I mean? You might
Right.
be in that in a weekend. Your $12 minor. I mean, you know, I don't understand why. How's that? That's not a
$12 jackpot.
I'm in
That's
$12.
funny.
It's a flipping penny machine.
Right. But it's exciting.
It is exciting.
People cheer and play and
No,
hit
they
the
love it.
button.
It
Yeah.
sounds great. All the noises. You know what I mean?
I have a saying in the casino: the louder people are screaming, the less money they've won. You know?
No, that's totally true.
It
Yeah,
is
no,
true.
They get very
Someone
excited.
wins $1 million, dead silence.
Yeah.
Somebody wins $50, and they're likely to scream and yell and hop up and down.
100,
Yeah.
that would be me. I swear to God. So then you have the big progressive, like the Megabucks, stuff like this. But listen, those machines will whack you so fast.
Oh yeah.
The ones that play straight to the
Because
big
on the
progressives,
low end, they don't pay a lot.
There's nothing.
You're giving that up for
They're
that
really-
huge jackpot.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, for that big. So like, there are different types of Monopoly machines and the Wheel of Fortunes that also you have to look very carefully and see which one, because some of them will have the big progressive, but also have some play. I've done real well in some of the Monopoly machines at New York, for example.
Right.
But I've gone to other Monopoly machines that have the big displays and the little car, and you know everybody's sitting there nice, and you can go through $100 in 3 minutes.
Sure.
You know.
Well, and it's
Meanwhile-
just like a table game. The bigger and fancier the thing you're looking at is,
Yeah.
the less likely it is to be a good payer.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
And
100%.
that's it's just the rule.
Welcome to 000, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are all lit up and
Right in
they
the
look
front of the
right,
casino, right where you can get to them easy.
Play here, win here.
Don't play those.
Yeah. Play here, pay here.
Yep.
That's the thing. You ever see those little car lots? Play here, pay here.
Mm-hmm.
That should be over those roulette machines. Okay, you ready? All right, let's go into my favorite. Is not my favorite. My second favorite was video poker.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have anything to add on the slot machine, sir.
No, I think we're good.
You're good?
I think we covered it.
So video poker is really broken down into oh my god, I have this on. This is the Keno machine. Here, don't show the slide. I'm so embarrassed.
It's already there.
It's already there. I forgot to. Oh yeah, no, the one game. Oh yeah, no, this is right. This is the right slide. Yeah. So video poker is literally like. So the new thing now is having one game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Having 5 or 10 or 100 or 20 games, right?
Different options, yeah.
Well, no, not just that, but like you can have the same. You hold 2 cards or 1 card, and then you have 5-hand multi-hand.
Oh, okay.
You play 20 hands, 50 hands. They even have, I think they have up to 100 hands.
Wow.
And then they have, of course, a lot of different variations of the game. There's there's bonus poker, regular poker.
Uh-huh.
There's the old jacks are better, which I don't think anybody plays.
Nobody plays that?
Jacks are better.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you
Terrible,
win?
huh?
125 on a 4. I mean, it's just I think that the numbers aren't big enough.
Mm-hmm.
The payback might be great. Could be a 99% machine. I'm sure they have some of the El Cortez.
Sure.
But the numbers aren't big. Why would you pay for you want to play for 125 credit, 4 card or a 4 of a kind
Mm-hmm.
when you can get 4 aces with a kicker for 2,000 on
Right.
a
Yeah.
double.
Big difference.
You follow?
Uh-huh.
Just that number alone moves me over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
125. Those
Which
are,
is a good lesson. You got to pay
Yeah.
attention if the pay is important. If you're there to try to really win some
Yeah.
money, you got to watch where you're sitting.
No, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, so the problem is now video poker used to be big.
Oh,
Used
yeah.
to be giant.
It was the thing.
It was I would say that at one point it might have been bigger than Keno.
The little blue hairs used to line up for
They
those video
did.
poker
God,
machines.
the
Oh yeah.
blue hair. Oh god. All right. So yeah. So and then there's double. I talk about double, but that's just the variation. So there's double bonus. There's triple bonus. There's all about going for the 4 of a kind. So then you kind of choose, what the payback is. Do you want to play for time? Because if you want to play for time, Jacks Are Better will keep you in your seat for a very long time.
Right. Exactly.
Because there's a lot of low pays.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting even money on 2 pairs. It's going 5, 10. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're getting higher paybacks on those
Mhm.
lower.
On the low end.
On the low end. You're getting
Right.
nothing for 4 of a kind. A straight flush will bore you to tears. Really, the only thing you're looking for is grinding time or a royal.
Right.
I know people that just play for the royal that will play those machines. I will say.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Because that way they
absolutely.
can be in their seat for literally forever.
And really, what you're aiming to get controls your strategy on the game. Are you
Yeah.
looking to get 4 of a kind, or
Yeah,
are
you drop
trying-
everything for the royal basically.
Right.
If you don't have a straight flush dealt, you literally have, or a 4 of a kind, you just drop it and go for the royal.
Try
if you have
again.
1 card, 2 cards to the royal, you just hold those and pull.
Yep. That's what I've heard. Actually.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's the only strategy on a regular, Jacks Are Better machine.
Right.
Either that or kill yourself. You know what I mean? Or just give up and just don't go to the casino. You know what I
Right.
mean? Anyways, what do you got, a question? Nobody has
No,
a
no,
question?
that was just like right way off the deep end over
That
there.
was on the deep end. I tend to go from 0 to 60 quickly, dude. If you knew me, you kind of know me in real life. It's
If you
true.
knew me, like
If
you guys
you
don't
knew
know
me,
each other.
I just met him today.
Yeah, we just started this. Well, I mean, Dennis gets a lot of that flavor. He does. It is 0 to 60. Okay, so then it's playing for the 4 of a kind. So the nice thing about playing for 4 of a kinds is that you get ammo. You can actually get a 4 of a kind and 800 credits. $200
Recharge you. You're starting over.
Yeah, or walk. That's walking money
Right,
for some people.
absolutely.
You're in a roll of quarters, or and you hit of a 4 of a kind if you're playing enough, or if you get 4 aces with a kick, or if it's a double bonus, a double, you can get 4 deuces with the kicker. You know what I mean? There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of walking money besides getting the royal flush. The royal flush is not easy.
Right.
Some of us have never gotten it. I've gotten to quite a few royal, not in many years.
Mm-hmm.
The last one to pay me a royal flush, believe it or not, was Smith's. I mean, you know what I mean? That was a good
got
grocery
lots
day.
of groceries that
yeah,
day.
I
Loading
100%.
up.
And at the time, my girlfriend came right over, dude. She picked up that money quick.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
and she found out
She's
I was
smart.
getting paid. But I was able to get some extra groceries, so that was nice. So that's it. So then you're either playing for the Royals or Progressive Royals. So there's the straight up Royals where you're just hitting for $1,000 or $11.99 because a lot of people just like to get that. They don't like to get over that $1,200 threshold.
Oh yeah.
They don't like to pay progressive.
Taxes.
They don't want to pay taxes. They want to get paid under the table.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see a machine, that was the genius of downtown back in the day. Is you would see machines like at the Horseshoe.
Mm-hmm.
You get $11.99 and a fruit basket. You know what I mean? Or whatever the hell they had giving out. El Cortez give you a jacket. Remember all those little satin jackets?
Yeah.
You used
Great
to get?
advertising.
100%. People walking around with this. All you had to hit was a top pay, any hand pay.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend who won like a penny machine hand pay for like $8. Still got a jacket.
Really?
Oh yes. I know.
A $60 jacket for an $8 pay.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
The you know who was famous for that was the Gold Spike. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
That was of when El Cortez was a dive, that was a deeper dive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the deep dive.
They cleaned the El Cortez up, did they not?
Oh, they did.
That
100%.
place looks beautiful. I couldn't believe it.
Remember that bouncy carpet?
Oh,
The only nice thing about walking through the
But-
El Cortez is if it would put a bounce in your step. Dude.
Let's
That
be
carpet
honest.
Been there so long.
Do you remember the smell?
Oh, it had that
Yeah.
that lived-in, played-in smell, dude.
Been there.
That was an old worn suit. But the Gold Spike, you had to go through the phalanx of where did they touch you kind of people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say the other word. Is that a better word? Can I say it like that?
You could say it like that. That's fine.
That's fine. That won't get me. Okay, so because it was a rough neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
They've cleaned that one up too. Of course, it's a motel. It's so you know what it is? It's housing now. So Tony, the genius of Tony, I don't know, Tony Shea, is that the way you pronounce his name? Is that he bought up all these, not all of them, but a lot of these motels or old, casinos like Gold Spike. And he shut them down and renovated them, made them into, urban dwelling, small, mini. People live there.
Wow, what a great idea.
I mean, it's fantastic, dude. He did a lot for. I don't even want to go into it, but anyway.
He must have noticed that little place that Steve Wynn built around that at the Mirage. The
old So the IP guy owned that. Ingolstadt owned that little motel. He hated Wynn, dude. He just hated Wynn.
I'll tell you what,
Would
the
not
dealers
sell out.
loved that. We had a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
live
dealers
right there.
that worked there, and they'd walk
In the parking
over.
lot.
Yeah.
Literally in the parking
lot. And what
lot.
a thing! You work downtown, you get a little apartment there that's not too expensive.
That's
and
true.
Of course,
That's
you got to
true.
live downtown.
Yeah, no, 100%. Until the only funnier thing than that is what the Cosmo did to the Jockey Club. You see where the Jockey Club is like, they used to have a good view. That was timeshare. Now the only view they have is like concrete. And the windows of someone changing, to get ready for camp.
Yeah.
But the rooms are nice.
Yeah,
and they're
I
cheap.
bet they are.
But because you're right in the center of it. You might not have a view, but you know what I mean? You're walking distance. It's a little poor Jockey Club, man. They whacked all those owners, dude.
Yeah, they did.
But anyway, so the Gold Spike, so my friend walked in and played the Gold Spike and hit a top pay. So he hit a hand pay, $4 on a penny machine.
Oh, he's
Royal.
rich. Yay.
On a penny machine Royal, won $4, and they gave him so you got, at the time, the deal was you got a free room and a comp to their what was
They
their
want to
cafe.
get that $4 back.
Yeah, he played hours for that $4. He was so excited. He invited us. He invited me and my friend to come and stay at the room. And we were like, "Oh hell no, that's not exactly the destination. That's not a staycation location.
Not the one.
That's a kind of get
there's a
kidnapped
casino
and robbed
for everybody,
location.
but
No,
that's
there
not
is.
your casino.
Gold Spike. I didn't even make it down there when I was a dealer downtown. You just didn't go that far. Fremont was not. Nowadays, you can walk. We walk all around Fremont. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's pretty safe down
I
there.
mean, you can go all the way down.
I wouldn't wander too far off the main drag, but if you stay in where the casinos are,
They've
there's-
got good food.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Good Pie the other day. It was fantastic.
The last time I went down there, a guy walked past me and Karen. We were walking down the street. We're standing at a light, and a guy steps up next to us waiting for the light, completely naked.
Oh, my God, really?
I'm like,
wow.
what the hell?
And you didn't get any pictures? What's the matter with you? That's good content right there. I
Trust
know.
me, you didn't want pictures. No.
No, he was probably the guy that was getting his nuts whacked on
it was
Fremont
ugly.
Street.
Ugly.
They went right through his underwear, and he had to, you know what I mean? He had to reset. There's a guy at $2, dude.
People watching like you cannot imagine.
Oh,
in
no,
some
I
of these
imagine,
places.
dude. I imagine.
It's great.
No, that's an easy costume, dude. You get a diaper, you go downtown, you get whacked in the balls a few times. You can make a living, right?
Yeah.
So you want to do that tomorrow?
No.
Is that what you're saying, David?
I'm out.
Let's video David getting whacked in the balls.
Yeah, no, that's not for me.
I'm all in. It's content.
Aren't we talking about slots?
Has
How are we
somebody
ending
got
up
a
on
bat
balls?
they could send?
Yeah, Alex Kim channel here always comes back to the balls.
Yeah.
It's always about. Anyways. All right, so video poker, it really, if I were you, if I want to grind time, I'm finding a Jacks or better machine. Or you know what? Another machine is deuces. Mm-hmm. Deuces is a great way because you can still get 4 deuces besides the royal. There's a lot of good ammo pays where you're going to stay and play. You won't win a lot unless you get to the royal flush. Mm-hmm. But you can win a royal with deuces. You can get 4 deuces. I used to whack those 4 deuces all the time, so that's fun. So they have some minor jackpots. But really, if you're playing for the royal, the big one, Jacks are better. If you're playing for, I go for double if you want to go for those higher end 4 of a kinds. Mm-hmm. But just keep in mind, you're going to play out your money a lot faster. You won't be in the seat quite as long necessarily. And if you really want to lose money really, really fast, you can join Lauren and play the 20 cards, the 20 multiple cards, where you get one hand, you save some cards, and then 20 more cards come up. You know what I mean? Or 100. I think they have 100 one. Multi at least 50. I know they have a 50. And you have to bet, you're 125. Let's say you're in a quarter game. 125 times however many, if you want to play all the things, up to 50 times. 50 times.
Wow, that sounds like a money sink to me.
No, it's a big money. But if you've seen some of the huge jackpots on quarter machines. Now imagine getting dealt the royal on one of those machines and holding it. Now you have 50 royal flushes.
Wow. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So I've seen people who have won aces, who have gotten aces with a kicker, dealt and held it, and boom, 25 grand or some ridiculous amount of money.
Wow.
And then there's even the option of, I know one of the casinos used to have the reversible royals or reversible, payouts. What's interesting is station casinos used to have that millionizer. They used to have like this really high-end reversible royals, They got rid of it because people were whacking it. I don't know what happened with the algorithm. Some mathematician was,
didn't work out.
I think he was getting high is what he was doing. You know what I mean? I think his opportunity for us to submit. All right. So that's it. So really, you got to figure out time or payout on video poker. I'm surprised it's not. Video poker's dead, dude.
You don't see that much of it in the casinos anymore.
You go to even the Strat. Everybody wants themed stuff. Buffaloes, if they could fill the whole place with buffaloes, they would have every variation of buffalo. Dude.
That machine is so loud. We
It
hear
is.
that
It is.
from a mile away.
There's buffaloes literally all over the place.
The
dude.
Stampede is coming.
Yeah. They have this progressive one now that's big. They have a linked one. The buffaloes have just won over the world.
And
dude.
you know what? I think it's because they're just loud and showy.
Really?
When it hits, everybody looks and wants to know what's going on.
No, it's all about the buffalo, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about. I like buffalo burgers. The bison burgers.
Oh,
I
they're
think
good.
Oh, they're
Oh, yeah.
fantastic, dude.
It's like beef should be.
Yeah, they need to bring those back. Imagine a couple million of those farting away.
And a
dude.
buffalo ribeye is really.
Anything
yeah.
with a buffalo, I think is fine. You know what I mean? I would do buffalo. Like the horses, you just ride around on a buffalo. Wouldn't that be fun? I wonder if you can do that. I don't think you can do that. I think that'd be a little weird.
You obviously have not been up close to a buffalo.
No, I've seen them. They're mean, dude.
Yeah, they are.
They look
mean.
like they could take you out.
When I was growing up, one of the farmers that lived near us bought a buffalo to raise beefalo.
Beefalo.
Yeah,
but buffalo.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
well, you mix. You have a female buffalo and a male cow, and it works. This idiot bought a male buffalo, and so it doesn't work.
Wow!
It kills the cow if she has a buffalo baby. I could. Big,
really?
Yeah.
Doesn't kill it instantly. Kills it afterwards.
When they have at birth.
Because that's too big of a. Wow!
Yeah,
what is this conversation?
Interesting.
But this buffalo used to get loose all the time, and they can walk through a barbed wire fence like it is
nothing.
Not
They don't
there.
even feel it. Dude.
Finally, he just got mad at it and shot it, and he was giving away buffalo steaks
meat?
that had buckshot in it.
Oh God! Wow, smart ones. Those are the smart ones,
funny.
dude. Welcome to the DNA pool. Okay, ready? We have.
He doesn't know what to say.
No, I'm out. I don't want to adjust that because Keno is next. We got Keno.
Keno.
Well, I have a couple questions.
You have a
Sure.
couple. Go.
Mark says, do high limit slots pay out more often or higher amounts than better jackpots?
Yes, 100%. They
Yeah.
have better paybacks.
Yeah,
Dollar,
no
the higher
question.
you go, unless you go to some certain casino in Tampa, and then you get screwed. The higher you go, but for the rest of us, yeah. So I mean, without any doubt, $5
yeah.
machines pay higher progressives. They have better paybacks. I mean, you can actually go through the casino and you'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Just go to the pay tables. You can even look at the pay tables. Like, you could literally go to Station Casino, and between the penny and the 2 penny, you'll see the paybacks go up.
Different.
Be
Yep.
seen just the penny and the 2 penny.
And think about a $500 slot machine where you're
Yeah.
dropping $500 tokens into it. And
Yeah, because
let
the
me
money
tell
they
you,
win from literally one token, they're happy to take that and pay you back more.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want to
They
keep
just
that
take a
guy
smaller
coming.
percentage.
They take a smaller
The
percentage.
same
yeah.
logic why single zero roulette
Yeah.
is only in high limit rooms, because
Right.
you got to play enough to make the game worth having.
That's right. So yeah, so 100% go to the higher limit. I mean, if I could afford, God, I've always wanted to afford. I used to play dollar Keno at the Rip, but I could only afford a little bit.
Right.
It was so great because it was so easy to keep track of everything, and I just can't afford it. I mean, I'm mostly playing pennies or nickels. You know, I play like 10
Yeah.
cents. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at now.
And
but,
that's how it is on everything. You give up a little bit of the odds to
Yeah.
play cheaper money, and it's, if you're wanting to spend time, it's worth it. It's
yeah.
who
Well,
wants to go spend $10,000 on a night's entertainment? Very few people are up for that.
Really?
Well, not me.
I mean, you'd rather pay it on the slot machine?
Oh no, I don't get near slot machines. I think
Not
they're
for
the devil.
$500.
No, not at all.
Really? Yeah, you're a table game guy.
I'm a table games guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
$500 slot machine. Holy crap! I one time watched. I was at the Cosmo and saw, because they have a couple.
Oh yeah.
That you can sort of see. And my friend, I had a friend that was a supervisor there. Would talk about all these big jackpots that he was always paying in the high limit slots.
Right.
And it was quite stunning. Like, there's a guy standing there, like, ready for the paperwork, because if you
Sure.
hit bars, you're gonna pay taxes. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean?
They can definitely afford to keep a guy handy for that room.
No, and now it's they track it a little differently, obviously, because you can't stop and fill out the paperwork. But it's so interesting to see, like, the triple bars pays like $50,000. My triple bars pays like 50. You know what I mean? So it's
Different animal.
a whole different multiple of reality.
Not long ago, I had a guy playing on a high limit roulette game, and his wife walks in, and he's down, 10, 15,000, and his wife had hit a jackpot for like 96,000, and you should have
Wow.
seen him do the little dance. It was like free money to him.
She won it on slots.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I,
One
gotta-
jackpot.
I love those, man. I absolutely love those. There's a guy, this old guy, his family goes to play table games. And they play up at Red Rock.
Right.
And he plays Keno religiously. $5 Keno. He plays top-notch Keno. He's in $20 a hand on 4-card.
Wow.
He plays 2 8 spots, and he doubles up $10 on each, And he's hit for 200,000. He's got to have been one of the... And his family will get whacked on tables and come over to the Dotties to pick up cash from him, because he gets paid out.
Wins, huh?
He'll win. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's in a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
But he's had some great success, boy. Man, he would tip too. He wouldn't even leave that machine. He would just sit there and be like, "Listen, come on over." Because you're winning that much money. Like, listen, I need, and I'm moving.
Yeah.
Me, I gotta walk up to the counter with my $150. Dude.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That clerk is like, listen, I'm
You're not
coming
tipping
out.
enough.
Yeah, no,
No.
you gotta walk your ass over here,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll talk about it. All right. Well, anyway, so Keno. For those of you that play Keno,
I still got more questions.
You
You
got
guys
more?
just went off on tangents.
oh
Like,
my
wow.
God.
Robert Braun says, would the variance be way worse on deuces than double bonus?
Man, that's a great question. So, wow, I've actually played high limit deuces. Well, dollar. I played dollars on deuces and dollars on.
Dollars are not high limit.
Well, they were high limit for me, sir. They made it into the Station Casino high limit pit. Okay,
Oh,
some of
wow.
us aren't
Very
talking center
impressive.
strip action. We're not like God, I think a 50-cent machine was in that high limit slot machine. So let me think. So it's no, because you get a lot of the same payouts. So at that $2,000 or $1,000, $2,000. So on deuces, will deliver you the same kind of result. So I think for the most part, a lot of them are the same. If you're looking for deuces is a hard play. You're not getting anything 4 of a kind or even 5 of a kind, or Even the royal with deuces. It's really just the deuces is the play. Or the royal flush. The great thing about playing high limit, if I'm going to play high limit and I'm going to play video poker, I'm going to play, there's only one game I'm going to play. I'm going to look for double bonus poker, and I want to get paid. I want to look for the 40 on the return on a royal. So I want to get 40 on the return. I know that they've talked about the 40. There's a 45 out there somewhere. I don't see that a lot. I see 40 back, which I think is fine.
So for one coin, you make 40 or 45.
No,
back.
you make 8. You make 8 back.
Okay.
So you make so with 5 coins in, you're making 40. You're getting returned to 40 credits.
Okay.
So they have what's called a 9 to 5 machine, which is considered like the best double bonus poker machine there is, and then you're getting 45 back for the full house. You're still getting. You still only need jacks or better to get your money back, and then tens, or you're going to get the straight, a straight or a pair is only going to pay 10. A pair is only going to pay 5. You're going to get even money back. That's another thing where you lose that, and then it goes up. Man, I can't believe I remember some of these tables, but I think the 8 is or the 40. Is a good way to go if you find that even a high. But if I guess if I'm playing a $5 machine, or maybe I'm looking, I've just never been on I've actually been on a $25 video poker machine.
Oh, there you go. Now you're talking money.
And I paid 100. So this is my famous crap story is at the Grand Casino. I'm cashing out. Me and my friend, we went $48,125.
Wow.
On a crap table.
That's a roll.
I didn't even play triple luck, so we went all the way up. We got to $5,000 numbers. So I walked with 24, he walked with 24, and I got to 125. So when I was at the cashier, there's a $25 video poker machine there, and of course, I never played 20. At the cashier,
they're so smart.
It's genius, absolute genius.
Yep.
Well, what am I gonna do with this $125?
Extra money.
I mean, might as well put it in a $25.
Wouldn't want to take it home and pay my rent with it.
No.
I could put it in a slot machine.
So I asked her to give me the token because it was still tokens. And so I get the tokens, I put it in there, and it deals me a full house.
Unbelievable.
$1,000, 40 coins.
Wow.
So $25 machine, 40 coins. Now I would have hoped it would have paid me 45. It only paid me 40. And $1,000 to cash that out. I had to hit the button. It was so great because you heard the thud. These are big, heavy coins.
Yeah.
And I didn't even need a bucket. The cashier was right there. It was literally right there at the cashier, and I just said, "Here, another $1,000."
Wow.
So,
unbelievable.
So walked out with 25,000. I mean, you don't have many days like that.
No, you sure don't.
The best day I've ever had on Keno. I've been asked about my Keno. The best month I had, I won 21,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
$500. I lost to 500 back, but 21,000. The best day I've had playing slots was at Boulder Station. I had hand pays of 44,000 in 48 hours.
Wow, that's
It was
pretty good couple
unbelievable.
of days, yeah.
So I started on a penny machine, and as I won, I just upgraded and won. I ended up on a dollar machine hitting aces with a kicker on 2 machines on the end. It was just one of those once in a lifetime kind of thing.
It's funny because you spend the rest of your life trying to recreate that.
I'm in more than that 44,000, just so you know. And my cousin hit me up for a car while I was playing, which worked out nice because he actually came in, heard I hit. Hey, by the way, Dave, I'm looking for. Anyways, all right. So here's the thing. Are we on the Keno side? Because it's not really a big slide. But I get asked a lot, what kind of Keno machine. So here's what I tell you. If you want to grind for time, play Caveman Keno Plus.
Okay.
Play an 8 spot. Your reason why you play an 8 spot is because you get your money back with less than half the numbers. It's only 3 numbers, you get your money back. Caveman Keno Plus, if they just have Caveman Keno and you have to suffer through that, that's fine. But if they have a choice between Caveman Keno and Caveman Keno Plus, it's an absolute no-brainer because
there's a plus.
There is a plus.
It's the
you get
plus.
3 more balls. You get 3 more balls. We all like better balls.
3 of them?
3 balls.
Isn't that abnormal?
I know. That is kind of abnormal. But you get 3 extra balls if you get to the bonus. If you get the bonus pay, and the even though the lowest pays are less, the top pays as multiples are much higher. So in both respects, not only do you get paid your money back
Easily.
for less than half of your numbers. That's why 7 spots are great on a regular Keno, because you only need 3 numbers, not
Right.
4 numbers. On a regular Keno machine, you need half your numbers. You get a 10 spot, you need 5 numbers to get your money back.
Right.
People sit on 10
Starting to
spots
get
because
hard.
it gets tough.
Yeah.
You don't want these bricked up games going on. Right, Dennis? Anyways. All right, so then there is, outside of Caveman Plus, that's my one big hint, okay? The 1-card Keno bores me to tears now, but the 1 card typically has some of the best returns on Keno. You just have to be willing to sit there and really go to sleep. It's a real passive way to play Keno. The other one is 4-card Keno, but scale down. If you compound your numbers, meaning if you pick an 8 spot and you have 4 7 spots inside 1 8 spot of numbers on the 4 card, now you can play nickels. But really, you're playing 4 nickels, 20 cents. You see?
Yep.
So if you hit all those 8, it translates close to like a quarter machine.
Oh, wow.
But now you've got 4 cards working for you, and so you can get your money back. I mean, the whole idea of playing dice or any game is to stay in action long enough to win.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't that
That's
play
it.
true everywhere?
Everywhere. It's
If you-
about time played.
It's about time played. You're getting more comps that way. You're getting more ass in seat time.
Yep.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So if you're able to stay alive long enough to where you hit that curve, right? Even so, let's assume that there's this curve somewhere in the curve, and you're a million hands in, you're gonna hit all the wins.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Same thing at
Yeah.
roulette table. If you're long enough, your number's gonna come eventually.
Eventually. Yeah. It's about how much you have to invest to get there.
Yeah. It's like what trust fund you're willing to empty to get there. That's the problem. Okay. The next thing is 20 card. If you haven't followed my 20 card action, it's all about compounding your numbers, compounding the bet, not spreading it out all the way. Because if you spread out all the way, you diminish the return on your investment.
Right.
Right? That's what ultimately, because and that's why Dice with David is so formative for some people. It's amazing because people have this aha movement. I've had an aha movement. Every morning I have an aha movement. No.
There's a thing on roulette we see all the time.
Yeah.
So someone comes in, they sit down on a $10 roulette table, which are hard to find, but they're out there. $10 roulette table.
Wow.
They get 10 $1 chips and they play 10 corners. Now a corner pays 8 to 1. You're covering 4 numbers.
Yep.
So you're going to lose $2 every time you hit. You don't even have a chance to get even.
That's
It's
it.
like, but they're thinking, their thought is, well, I've got a lot of numbers, so I'm likely to
I'm
hit.
good.
Well, yeah, you are. You're likely to lose money every hand forever, and that's not a good strategy. We all know that's bad.
That's what people do. People see Keno 20 card and they go all over the place and bet 20 different cards.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And then so now you're in, and you've minimized your potential hit.
Right, you can't hit on all the cards.
That's
You're never
it.
Gonna do
But you
that.
will hit. But it diffuses how much you. The same thing with craps.
Yep.
You come to a crap table, and if you can't maximize that one time that you're able to take advantage of a roll, that's when you want to maximize the gains. That's why I talk about the 7/8s. If you see 7/8s in a row, not in a row, in a roll before someone's 7 outs, and you've won $55, congratulations, you're a same better, and you'll never beat a crap game. If you cash out $2,000. Congratulations, you have learned how to beat the flipping system, because that's what it is. It's about knowing the game, and return on investment is the key to winning at a table. So when you do finally get to that point where you can win a lot.
Right.
Right?
Exactly. And that's crucial in craps above all other games.
Yeah.
Putting yourself into the position.
Yeah, you gotta, 100%. All right, so the next one is,
Robert
we almost
Barnes.
done? He's got to go too, so, okay.
Robert Barnes asks, how many spots can you bet on Caveman?
So Caveman, believe it or not, they have a multi-card Caveman. You really don't need to bet. I don't bet multi-card Caveman because there's almost no point. So they have a multiple built in. So on Caveman, we have it here, we have to film this. We have filmed it a few times. We're waiting for we have new lav mics coming in. Our old lav mics have been a little bit kaput, so we've been limited in the types of things we've been able to do. But we have worked on. I want to do all these games for those people who are interested. I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but so on Caveman Keno has a multiplier. You get 2 eggs, it's 4 times. You get 3 eggs, it's either 8 times or 10 times. A few places will have 10 times multipliers, but sometimes when they do, by the way, they kind of cheat you because they have lower pays. So it really just depends. So because they have a multiplier built in, I don't see the advantage of compounding the numbers necessarily. And to be honest with you, a lot of those seem a little gimmicky. There's a few casinos in town that have come up with the multi-card everything. They have multi-card everything. And I think there's a takeaway in some respect. I don't play caveman for the bigger wins because you get paid less unless you hit that multiple. The real opportunity is just regular 20 card compounding or 4 card compounding. But we can have this conversation all day long. But one of these days we'll just do me. It'll just have to be. I don't want to put everybody to bed. So
Well,
what
how
I'll
many
do is I'll
spots?
advertise it as a Keno only exchange. And for
Right.
those few people we have that are all about Keno, we'll just have like a Keno special. What do you think? Keno special, dude?
Well, Robert Barnes' question was how many spots you can bet on caveman.
Oh, 10. You could bet. Oh, 10. You could bet 10 numbers. Is that really? I thought he was talking about the number of
No, that was
cards.
the whole question. You
Oh
went on
my
a whole
God.
other thing.
Jesus. What are you gonna do, buddy? What are you gonna do? Welcome to the David Show. Yeah, you can bet 10 numbers. So you can bet up to 10 numbers on anyone. So 10 numbers. The problem with 10 numbers, I think actually with 10 numbers on Keyman, you only need 4. It's not a bad way to go. I've tried to do 10 cards, but anyways, all right, 10 numbers. Can we move on to ETGs real quick, and then we're out. We might want to leave ETGs for another time. I think we're running dangerously
What
close
is
on time.
ETG?
Electronic table games.
Oh, okay.
Blackjack, roulette,
the
craps.
curse. The curse.
The curse of the casino. 'Cause
I don't like
we're-
those at all.
We're gonna get a lot of questions about these because people feel like, for dealers, they feel like it's a takeaway from the casino floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been that.
No.
People that play table games play table games. If you like playing ETGs, that's great, but they don't translate well. They never have. When they first rolled these out, the casinos were trying to figure out, is it a slot machine, is it a table game? It's a slot machine because people play less. They have very limited types of engagement. They're happy to get reduced odds. They don't even pay too much attention because it's a whole different animal.
It is.
So interestingly, I was a consultant. I was a secret consultant with an ETG, early adoption of an ETG, and really the goal is to figure out what type of player.
Right.
And the type of player is, instead of coming in $100 on a blackjack game, you come in $5 on an ETG player. That's the type of player. Someone who's looking for a lower minimum, who doesn't want to deal with a dealer, who doesn't know the etiquette of playing on a table, those kinds of things. But that's a slot player.
Right,
That's
that's a slot
That's
player.
a slot player.
Yeah, it is.
You know, who's not worried, just wants to put in the money and play another game.
Mm-hmm.
And in many cases, you know, when ETGs first came out, before they perfected them, there were a few blackjack games out there that people could really take advantage of because
really?
100%. Some of the double downs and things like this are very liberal, given the lower limits, things like that. And of course, that's no longer a thing. You can't find those machines. They've worked it out to where there's no one's taking advantage of machines anymore.
No.
And the skill, we haven't even included the skill-based machines because those are ridiculous, dude. Now, listen, I mean, every now and then, here's what happens. The boomer crowd goes up, loses their money. It builds up this bonus of $20 on the skill set. And then someone like Dennis comes up and whacks the skill bonus. And the rest of us are left figuring out what the hell we're doing there. And so guess what? We don't go back to that machine.
Right.
Because if you ever see someone our age doing the shootout on the slot machine, that's not us.
No.
We're not on that machine. That's
no.
Dennis. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're seeing
Yeah.
things. Okay?
Or you have that claw machine that is a skill-based game that really
that's not a
isn't.
skill. And people love it because of the balls.
Uh-huh.
People just love balls in general, dude. I think that's the problem. I mean, those are balls with numbers on them. Balls that pay. That's big. Look at that. Look at that face, dude. That's a face. By the way, okay, so I think we can have a whole episode on ETG. Let's end it here. And let's remind everybody that if you're looking to come to our party, March 31st to April 2nd, you got to RSVP. You have to RSVP. And if we're limited right now, we're limited in a couple things. So first of all, Friday, 4 p.m., those of you on Patreons, we're going to try and post to Patreon Monday night. So if you're a Patreon member, Monday night, we'll give you all the information, where to be, how much it is. So you guys have all voted. We were going to have it Thursday, but you've all voted Friday, 4 p.m., $50 per person. And then Casino Quest will cover anything over. You know, we'll take care of over that. So it'll be all-in type of price. If you want to get liquored up, that's on you. It'll be all in on the food, okay? And we're going to have some kind of price fix. It's going to be... So we're looking at a few options, and we'll get back to you. So we have a couple concierges out there scouring the town because we're thinking we're going to have 40 or more, maybe as many as 50 Patreons there for this dinner. And, you know, it's tough. That's tough in these days.
Oh, yeah.
Restaurants are losing staff like it's nobody's business.
It's hard
dude.
to get somebody to work. It's not so hard to get a waiter, but the guy that washes dishes.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe if I offer to wash some dishes, we get that done. The other thing is, so then Saturday is 6 p.m. So then after Friday, after the Patreon dinner, 7 p.m. here at Casino Quest, we're going to have a big party for everyone. As many people as we can squeeze into this place. But we have over 200 RSVPs, so stand by on that one. It's going to be a bit busy.
Are you going to have people dealing the games?
Oh, yeah, we're going to. Well, we're going to. We may or may not, because we want this to be a celebration of everybody that's with us.
Uh-huh.
And, and so having them work while we're, and we may need that table space to fit people.
Yeah.
But Saturday night, 6 o'clock, we are going to. So Saturday morning, afternoon, if you want to play, it's going to be open gaming on the Downtown Grand Casino.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're.
Open gaming. What do you mean by open gaming?
I mean, just play to your heart's content.
Oh, there you go.
Try to keep a little money in tow.
Uh-huh.
Because 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're going to have the banquet hall. And for those of you that have RSVP'd, now we have a special pin and a special lanyard. We have gifts for everybody that we have gone out and acquired.
Mm-hmm.
And depending upon the event, you're going to need one of these to attend.
Right.
So the Downtown Grand has given us 80 spots. They're our hosts. They've done a wonderful job. It's interesting because they asked us, one of the questions were, we had a lot of choices of where we were going to go.
Uh-huh.
And when we were talking to Downtown, they're like, well, why here? Because we love the Downtown Grand. It's a beautiful property. It has a beautiful casino. It has beautiful rooms. They've been recently renovated.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know, David likes the underdog. I want to go to a place where I could feel like we can give value.
Right.
And our customers and our fans, we can provide value.
So not only are they good to us, but we help them.
We
also.
help them. It's a two-way. It's hand in hand.
Absolutely.
There's some casinos doing a little better. Some casinos, whatever the case is, and so we want to be a win. We want to move the needle. You know what I mean? We want it to be a two-way street, and they're a fantastic. Everybody there has been absolutely fantastic. Very excited to meet us all, to be part of this, and we would like to evolve this. We would like to, be one of our destination, even our primary destination, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, they're hosting his party. Him and Jet, and it's a fantastic thing for many of us who
Do they know what
didn't
they're getting involved with?
No, 100%. Dude. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have such a great time. And so that's going to be 6 to 8. But so far, we can only squeeze 80 people into that banquet hall.
Mm-hmm.
Of which we have about 20 staff and people and 60 people other.
Right.
So we're doing our best. We're going to try to figure this out. We might have to split things up. I'm not sure. We're doing our best, so bear with us. We'll have some information. My goal is Tuesday, for everybody that's RSVP, we'll probably have to finalize that. You can still book rooms and everything past that, but in terms of attendance and those people who are going to pay the event, if you have an RSVP by Tuesday, we'll just assume that you're kind of doing your own thing. Maybe, maybe not, whatever the case is. But we're going to have to figure out who's who. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of RSVPs. It's been fantastic. And then after Tuesday night, Wednesday, maybe Wednesday afternoon, we're going to try to get out a newsletter and contact everybody with all the specific details and itinerary. But of course, if you're on Patreon, that's going to be separate. We'll just, inside Patreon, we'll let you guys know. Some of you, go
really
ahead.
quickly, Robert Barnes, just to be clear, he's asking for the Patreon dinner. Patreon members +1 is cool?
Yeah. Plus whatever. So right now we're planning for up to 50. So you can do, I wouldn't say plus whatever. Let's try to keep us, +1, +2. We have one Patreon's coming with 3 people. I mean, because that everyone has to pay. It's $50 a person.
Right.
People elected to go. We're gonna try to go to like a fine dining destination that's very Vegas-y.
Mm-hmm.
And then then after that, something under 50 people. We'll try to cover. Oh my God, it's who cares? It's so fantastic. We can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
We have some special things, some special gifts for you guys. You're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it. It's a Dennis Alex Jet friendly pin that you guys are gonna be very proud to wear. Not around your mother, but in the gambling scene, you'll be very proud. Just tell your mother it's a gag gift, and that's it. But yeah, we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna level up. All right, guys. My last thing is, if you haven't already been part of the Crapsy community, we're making Crapsy.com a real central fixture. So for those of you who want to talk about strategy, it's going to be craps. Every Wednesday is going to be our focus. We're going to talk craps. We're going to go over craps strategy. We're going to play crafty together. And we're rolling out some really fantastic features coming up. I can't really talk about it, but let's just say there's going to be lots of love on craftsy.com. The evolution of that game is absolutely stunning. Wait till you see some of the things that they have in store already. And they are fast and furiously working on all these iterations to make it more fun, more engaging. It really has been, a fantastic piece of software. So we really enjoy that you guys have enjoyed it with us, and look forward to David having a regular show, having you guys play with me. We'll talk strategies. We'll go over, whatever. Mm-hmm. So it should be good. All right, what else we got? I think that's it.
That's it. And thank you guys so much. Thank you, Dan.
Oh, it's been great. Lots
Thank
of fun.
you for being. You got a new SR class working?
Oh yeah, when are they coming?
I know, right? They
Yeah,
pay.
I keep waiting for somebody to show up.
Maybe they don't come. We love when people
Hey.
just pay, and you know what I mean. We don't
pass the money in.
Yeah. No, so if you don't already know, Dan is a fantastic SR instructor. He's literally the best we've ever had, and
very nice.
that's we've had some really skilled people, but he's absolutely on a whole nother level. So that's great. All right, thank you guys. We look forward to seeing you guys. It's only a couple weeks away. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I look forward to seeing you guys, March 31st to April 2nd. Make sure to RSVP. Take care, and hasta la vista.
Bye.
Take care.
And fade them.